Welcome to the ICL on a Wednesday, which is significantly better than a Tuesday, which Tuesdays are typically just a second Monday. But we are here and we are going to play some Disney Lorcana. Are you guys ready? Can you guess this caster? Are we going to do Katie's game? Guess the caster. It's somebody with a face.
It's somebody with a face?
Yeah. I wanted to give like a really good hint. You know what I mean?
I would love to play Guess Who with you.
Yeah. They have a face and hair. Actually, everybody here has hair. So I think that does help.
That narrows it down by one person.
Do what?
Cut JD's. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like, there's all of us have hair. So
he's got hair. He's got a beard.
Oh, yeah. He does want to be. He is part of the hair gang, is what he said. He doesn't want to be part of the top 32 bald people. He wants to be part of the top 32 haired people. So that's on me.
I said I was going to donate my hair when I got it chopped off to him. So maybe that's a hint on who I am. I have long hair. I could be Katie. I could be Color's Law. I could be Garrick. I could be that very
70s show? Oh.
Well, I was going to compliment myself, but I was like, this is a Disney stream. So this very well put together individual Wonderland. It could be that.
How could you compliment yourself in a non-Disney friendly way? Oh my God, he's muted. Well, you'll never know.
It was honestly PG at worst.
That's the kind of PG movie I want to watch. But we do have TJ in here. So JDZ, Not R&B, and Bivens. These are all incorrect guesses. So congratulations. But you are the only one that played, so technically you win. I think that's how that goes.
Yep. And what does he win? Let's reveal the grand prize.
He wins the ability. They win the ability to see us.
Let's go. Yeah. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. All right, TJ, you got us out here. That's basically the pain of the game now ends and now we just actually start the show. So Sunflower Illumineers versus Freedom Gaming. Oh, okay. Sure.
What sound does a sunflower make? I don't think they make that sound.
I don't know. Have you ever tried to get the seeds out of a sunflower and it'll, no?
I love sunflower seeds. I was addicted to them for a long time, but they would ruin my mouth because of all the salt.
Wow.
Oh.
Huh.
They're very tasty though.
They are good. I just meant actually when the sunflowers die and then they're dried and you can actually get them in a sunflower field. Have you guys never been in a sunflower field?
I have. I've just never.
Oh, you grew up in the South.
Sunflowers.
I always forget where Garrick is from. I'm like, you're from.
I'm from West Virginia.
Yeah, you guys have sunflowers there.
It's kind of the South.
I know. I mean, it's a South in a different way, though. Am I right?
Yeah.
West Virginia has South things. All right, moving on.
Anyways,
let's calm down. I'm from the South too. I can say things like this. Okay.
Can you? Can you?
Yes. I grew up in the mountains of North Carolina. I have a lot of things to say, and I think I earned that. Garrick knows what I'm talking about.
Fair, I guess.
That's why he moved as far north as he could there.
Correct.
Yep. Got out of there. All right.
Well, I mean, we have sunflowers out here where I'm at. Beautiful sunflowers, actually, and you can go get ice cream there. And there's bald eagles out here, so it's all very appropriate for tonight's matchup, which I think is an important matchup. Number 4 ranked Sunflower Illumineers going up against the number 8 ranked Freedom Gaming. However, Freedom Gaming did have a bye week, meaning they are with less points,
they just have
opportunity to earn points. So these two teams are really, really close in the standings, 14 points to 10 points. I think it's going to be really important to shake out who is going to end up in that top cut.
It's really interesting the difference between Division A and Division B. Division A, the top teams have like 28 points in first place, and the last team has 9 points. It's like a big spread. Whereas in this division, it's only 20 points and 10. So
Yeah.
it's like only a 10-point difference. And it's a much more like 2-2 in matches. The point spread is very close together. Like everyone is in contention. Even in Division A, players are still in contention. I think even Backseat Genius, if they bust out 4 wins in a row, like that's probably locking them in at this point. We're not going to see anyone probably not able to get into the top cut until another week or two. But it is interesting to see how close together it is. And while you'll see a team have like undefeated I guess we have the luxury is undefeated in Group B, but they're only in ranked 5. And that is because we are not actually just going by who wins each of these events, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about how many points you get per game. So you get 1 point per game victory. So if you win 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, you get 6 points. The other team gets 0 points. It's really good for you and really bad for them. But if you go 2-1, 0-2, 2-1, you're getting 4 points and the other team's getting 4 points. You do technically win the match, but both teams are getting 4 points overall. And that has tended to happen a little bit more in Group B, a big slugfest where people, while they're winning, they're still not running away with it. Whereas in Group A, we've had so many sweeps. Like 3 or 4 teams are getting sweeps. It's been quite a showing. Hopefully, with this new meta with Whispers, that might switch it up a little bit. But it definitely adds a little bit more of an edge to it and some thrill, knowing that everyone's still basically in contention, even if you started off not doing so hot, such as Maelstrom, or possibly Ink, even though they're in 3rd place with 4 losses and 1 win, which they are the outlier that makes people be like, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, to be fair, we're the best losers.
Yeah.
I don't think we've lost a single match within a match. I don't know what you would call it. A single best of 3
without getting
0-2. Like we've never been swept 2-0 in any single game. So we always leave with a point, except for one weird instance. But we have gotten a win in every single one, and then we've gotten some 2-0s. So we've done okay. We're hanging in there with 4 losses and 1 win. We're in 3rd somehow, and yeah, we're gonna turn it around though. We're gonna get nothing but wins, bang, 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 on the back end, and we will end up in the number 1 spot.
You're gonna have to bust those wins out right away because you are one of the few teams who hasn't had their off week yet.
Yeah,
that's
gonna
true.
Hurt. That's really we're gonna dip next week. I can guarantee that. Yeah.
But right now you've been averaging almost 4 points a match.
Yeah. Which is huge.
And that's really what it's really important to do that. It does look a little weird when you're used to the traditional best of 3 style of things, and who knows, maybe we'll revamp the point system for the next season.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's take a gander at our players.
We're just gonna stare at them.
Yes.
Just a gander.
You're not allowed to talk about her. You just have to stare at her.
Aw. I got to meet this Illumineer finally in Milwaukee. I'm like, where were we? What city was that? It was crazy. Clara, Sunflower Illumineer, top 16 DLC Las Vegas, countless set championship top 8s, 2-time first place in set championship. Oh my gosh. Spicy deck brewer. That's my favorite part. I love her decks, honestly.
What was she playing at Continentals? Was it just Amber Emerald aggro that she was initially known for playing? I feel like it was
spicy.
I mean, that's why she put spicy deck brewer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and this was another one of the. It's like I think we were discussing it in Milwaukee, where it was like, "Oh, this is literally the first time I've met you, but I feel like I want to hug you because I feel like I know you because, like, you know what I mean?" It's like that kind of like another reason why it was just nice meeting everybody at Milwaukee. But again, a super lovely, lovely person, and I can't wait to see what set 10 deck that she's gonna bring because it's gotta be
spicy
good.
brews.
I mean, the amount of deck building space we have in the set is so exciting. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, when you get to meet people in real life after meeting them digitally so many times, when you interact with someone like weekly or every few days, or just like there's so many big discords that a lot of us are in, be it 20 lore or your own private team discords or other group affiliated discords. You do develop friendships with these people, and it is intriguing how you don't hang out with them in person, but you still care about them. And so it's always nice to see them in person. And as you said, you wanted to give her a hug because it's like you feel like you know them so much more.
And you're like, oh, hey. And then you're like, I've never actually met you before. I probably shouldn't touch you. That's crazy. Yeah. So I know this person. Garrick, tell us about this person.
Oh my gosh, it's Bro Hamilton of the Sunflower Illumineers, top 16 Sharp Gaming 8K back-to-back, top 8 Omaha.
Yep.
Omaha. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Garrick is kind of sick right now,
Omaha?
and I need to ask Garrick, how much
If
cold
that-
medicine did you take before you propped yourself up to do this?
I did just down a whole bunch before I sat down, so that's accurate. Omaha, I can speak English. Yes, double 1K, top 8 McDuck Vault 1K, and sources tell me a phenomenal TFT player.
Yeah,
that's what the sources are saying.
Oh, okay.
He was also a finalist in the 10K Sharp event that just happened this last weekend, I think.
Oh yeah, he was playing Emerald Sapphire. Oh.
Who knows? Maybe he'll be playing that tonight.
Maybe. He's doing very good with it. There's a lot of unfavorable positions that I thought he was in, and then he made a play, and I'm like, that was the correct decision. No wonder you're in the finals. So those games were really fun to watch. It was like your first little streamed set 10 stuff. So maybe we'll get to see that Emerald Sapphire action again. Okay. Luke.
2 mats in one
we
day.
have to go through all of the players. I'm sorry if that was too sudden for you, Gulliver. We've got Landon Weber. You know, he had a top 8 finish of the Sharp Gaming 5K, set champs, set 9 One Drop Game Shop, and set champs, set 9 Village Geek. McPherson. McPherson.
We are so good at reading tonight, everyone. We read real good. We need a center for people that can
smart.
read good. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see.
And this person goes by Amadeus. And it definitely threw me off when I was like, I don't see this name on anything because that's not his name on the player card.
He just gave us his real actual government name, and then he's like, but I actually go by this, so figure it out. Yeah. I was going to say, if you meet me in an event, you had better use your online name. Because if you walk up to me and you're like, my name's Mark, I'm going to be like, that, I immediately forgot that. But if you're like, my name's Amadeus, like, that's in my brain forever. I will never forget that. So I need online names. Even if it makes you feel weird, just go for it. Except for Bobby. Yeah, Bobby, come on, man. Like...
Right, well,
hi, I'm Bobby. Well, okay.
I think we're gonna have JDZ
and Bobby know
go for our first player card right
you too.
Now.
Is he here? Ooh, is he muted? He is.
I wasn't even ready, dude. I haven't even put the green screen up, man. I'm in a hold up. You got shit. I don't have my jacket on, Luke. I just joined in to kick it over, but now I'm here. We got Joey Autoveggio. Automatic is his code name. Freedom Gaming in the building. Southside top 8 finalists for sure. Top 16 SSG. Got to find a new place to play, but it is what it is. Top 4 Miami TCG Con. It is what it is. We back. We're back. No, he's lit. He's lit. I love Otto. I think he's going to be. Hopefully, he's playing red blue again. We'll see how that goes. But love to see him back in the ICL. 10 out of 10 beard. I think he's coming after you, Luke, in the beard game.
Yeah, I don't trim my beard. I'm a bad beard owner or grower. So I don't trim it properly, which would then like make it grow more. So it's kind of like hit its length at the moment. So if Otto keeps growing it, like he could pass it. I'm being lazy, right?
You got a brittle beard, just like breaks off. Brittle beards. All right.
Brittle beard.
We all have nice beards, except for you, Color. You should join us in the
I've
beard
been
game.
working on it for like years and years, but it just doesn't seem to happen. I'm sorry. This is Michael Maloof. We also know he is from Freedom Gaming as well. DLC Vegas, let it go. CC, every time somebody's like, I gotta let it go, I'm like, honestly, I would put that on my player card too, but I can't. CCS Atlanta, top 8 day 2. SSG 10K, second place. I mean, very good finishes. And I think he has one son in Disney Lorcana, but I think there's a lot of people who claim him as their father as well. I think it's like part of the lore that he has a bunch of adopted children, many of whom are probably much older than his actual son, and so it's a nice little Freedom Gaming fun, I think.
Yeah, the FG for him actually stands for Father Gaming.
Yeah, Father Gaming.
Yeah.
Freedom
Fun
Father
fact.
Gaming. Yeah.
Freedom Father Gaming.
Monumentum.
Yeah, it's a fun fact that I've just made up.
Those are the best ones.
Look at Sisu from Freedom Gaming. I met Sisu at a really early tournament. I have a picture together in a top 8. I think it was SCG Con Baltimore 2024, like spring last year. Anyway, shout out Sisu from Freedom Gaming. Top 128 DLC Toronto. Top 4 Safari Zone 3K. As soon as I start going to the 3Ks, I don't see Sisu at the last 3K at the last Safari Zone. Where you been? I've been to the last 2. Where you been, bro?
Oh, he's hiding? Is he hiding?
He's ducking, and there it is. Top 8 SCG Baltimore 2K. We were there together. We have a beautiful picture together, and a lovely person, a fantastic player, and I can't wait to see what he's bringing tonight. Plays everything, genuinely.
No, he doesn't play Sisu as much as you would think.
Well, there's a new Sisu in town.
Yeah,
his name's Prince Philip.
Maybe he's playing that.
Oh, yeah.
Does the same
Sisu
thing.
plays emerald
Banishes
cards.
everything.
I was like the Headless Horseman, the steel one. Oh, right, yeah. Philip needs a little help. The Headless Horseman also needs a little help, but no, the Headless Horseman's the new Maleficent Dragon, potentially.
He's like the new Medusa, right? But
no, that's
gambling.
that's
more gambling.
That's the steel Headless Horseman is the Cursed Rider. He's like almost like a dragon. Maleficent.
I was talking about the ruby one.
The ruby one is the Terror of Sleepy Hollow, and he is like a brawl on a body.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got Headless Horsemen's all over the place, but we got no Sisu. Again, look what they had to do to mimic a fraction of your powers.
At this point, just bring back Sisu, right?
Might as well.
Might as well. You might as well, man.
Just give everybody a one-sided board wipe. Yeah. Whatever. Who cares? Let's go.
Bring back Sisu.
I know R&B. My goodness.
No. Keep Sisu out of my Disney Lorcana.
I don't like. The funny thing is like I never played 2 strength characters because I'm like, oh, I play a ton of Ruby, so Brawl and Medusa and this and that. Now that like those are out of the format, I've been like, I can play this 2 strength character. And then they were like, sick. What if we put Brawl in a body? And now I'm like, my decks don't work no more. So I now feel the Sisu pain that everybody's been talking about this entire time, because before I just didn't play decks that got popped by Sisu.
Yeah.
And now I
as a
do.
Diablo player, I've been dealing with Sisus and ladies in chairs my whole life.
Yeah, and see, for me, it was just like, I was coming after you, Diablo players, Prince John players. God, I don't miss Prince John.
Well,
sorry.
We're almost ready to get going. We got a couple more minutes, and, it's one of those few times that we're not actually behind. So we have plenty of time to do predictions. So let's start with the person who loves this part the most with color.
I thought you were going to say Garrick, because Garrick loves it. No, I will say, you know what? Bro Hamilton did really well this weekend. So I'm going to say Sunflower Illumineers, because they... I hate being like, because they want it. Like
they want it more.
Yeah, like they want it more. Like as if you wouldn't be here if you didn't want it, or So I don't know. I like the sunflowers, and we had a cool little talk about sunflowers. So yep, straight up. I gotta get better at this. Man, I gotta get better at this.
Straight up.
Just sunflowers, and because they're really pretty, and the seeds taste good, and Bro Hamilton did cool things. Somebody start talking. Oh my goodness.
I am going to disagree with you. I'm going Freedom Gaming on this one. They're bringing big beard energy, big dad energy, and big Sisu energy that I think will carry them across the finish line this week. Freedom Gaming, Sunflower Illumineers, both amazing teams, but I think Freedom Gaming is going to take it tonight 2-1 and help propel themselves even higher up into the standings.
Okay. I like Freedom Gaming, and I usually pick Freedom Gaming, but for the same reasons Colors Law chose Sunflower Illumineers, I will go with the Sunflower Illumineers on this one because I know they're playing. They're on the road. They're staying active. They're very loose. Is Lycos in the lineup? I didn't get to see who's in the lineup for Sunflower, so I probably should have made that pick.
It's a mystery.
No, she's not.
You're like, if Lycos was here.
If
Yeah,
Lycos is there, is Bro Hamilton, is Gabe playing? Is Gabe Golfer playing?
No.
Oh, never mind. I think I got to.
He's like all my favorite players.
Never
I know
mind.
they
Who does Sunflower Illumineers send? I missed that part.
Clara, Bro Hamilton,
Clara,
and Amadeus.
But Clara, the questing queen, is on Sunflower.
Yes.
When did that happen?
Here first.
It happened a week or two into the ICL. They picked her up to join.
This is breaking news, JDZ. Where you been?
breaking news.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Wake up, bro.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. I just got a pin in coming in. I got my Cinderella pin. I might wear that tonight to join you guys.
Oh,
but
nice.
yeah, I missed it, but I think I'm still gonna roll with. I'm gonna switch over. I'm going Freedom Gaming now. I'm going Freedom Gaming. We're switching.
Wow.
Okay.
Ooh.
We're switching. I'm sorry. I didn't vibe with the lineup there. I like who they have, but I'm going Freedom Gaming here.
All right.
Well, I normally call away about who I think will win, but I'm also a big fan of Bro Hamilton, and he is on a roll. But, Freedom Gaming's not been doing too hot, and I'm a big fan of the underdog. So we're going to push for that. We're gonna go for there, and it may or may not have to do with hanging out with Sisu at 2 in the morning in Milwaukee. Who knows? Who knows? If you know, you know. Anyways, we're going to hop over to the hop over. I can't speak, okay? You could have let it slide. I corrected myself.
Never. Literally, no. I can't.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Thank you, Bro Hamilton's got my back, even though I wrote it against his team. But let's not think about that part. So we're going to pop over to just Garrick and Color for a second while JDZ puts some clothes on and I figure out my green screen.
Get decent. All right. So, Garrick, you got to wake up.
I'm awake. I'm so awake. Just because I didn't know how to spell Omaha or say Omaha. Omaha, not quite, but we have an amazing match here.
Yes.
Clara versus Otto, and it's gonna be fireworks. I'm really excited to see this because I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't get to watch much last night. I was playing in the ICL last night despite the sickness. They called it the Jordan flu game. Your boy got it done, but we're back in the booth, and the matches that we played last night were pretty pretty similar to what you would have seen in the last set. So I want to see some new exciting stuff. And maybe that is just a symptom of brand new set. People want to play some stuff that's more familiar. But look at that playmat on Claire.
I actually have one of those playmats, and it is so sick because it is foil. But we're just getting started. Webby into an epic Webby. So I mean, hey, we're doing that. But I know that Claire is great for the spicy brews. So I was very excited about her deck, and now I get to watch it. And you get, but yeah, that's like a cool, sick power line. It's the 20 lore mat, and it is foiled, and it's super fun. I love that mat.
Yeah, that's awesome. As we get some bagpipes into the inkwell.
Blessed bagpipes into a Webby. So we do have Webby Vanderquack, Mystery Enthusiast versus a Webby Vanderquack, Mystery Enthusiast. So that does have that ability where you can have it like +1 a character, but that doesn't matter when you play it on 1, and because you want to shift it on 2 into the Junior Prospector Webby Vanderquack.
Yeah, this Webby is so strong. I think people were underrating it quite a lot when the set first came out, but I think will be a staple as we do see the second color here. It is going to be Emerald Amethyst. Are we going to have a Webby on the shift back here? No, we
it doesn't
have a Merlin.
I love this card so much. I'm so sorry. This Merlin is amazing. This has a boost, and when this character is banished, you get to draw a card if he's boosted. And 2 cards. And that's amazing.
And it's a 0/3, which
Yes,
is,
it's a
I
0/3.
think, really important to make note of. You would think something like this would be a 0/2. It does cost 2 to boost,
Yes, it
so
does.
really you're playing 4 at the end of the day. But being able to draw 2 cards is so powerful. As we see Clarabelle come down, a card that is going to be a staple and has been a staple since Shimmering Skies, drawing a card for Automatic, and Webby getting active here again on a quest for 2.
Yeah, Webby questing for 2. We're on the play, so we're not getting to activate her ability, where we do get to put a card face down and exert it into our inkwell if they have more ink than us. On the play, it's not as good, but at the same time, it is still a 2/4 with 2 lore and ward, so that's still pretty good. And so we are going to ink the Ursula to get rid of that, or maybe we're changing our mind because we're allowed to do that. And we are going to go ahead and shift our Webby and then go ahead quest with her to get that activated ability to go ahead and then ink. So that's like another new like heuristic that we're going to have to learn is like, oh wait, hold on, let me shift Webby quest and then be able to like ramp, and then that after that we can ink for turn. So just kind of making sure you're sequencing that correctly.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You want to make sure that you are getting the most value out of your Webby, as she can put that additional ink into your inkwell as long as you are behind. So a good trick to do is to quest with her and then ink to get that double ink out of Emerald, which is really nice. As we see the Curse Merfolk come down, a really similar card to the Merlin in a lot of ways. After being banished, forces your opponent to discard. Merlin gets you some cards, but they both quest for 2, most importantly. And as we mentioned in the pregame, Clara does like these decks that get questing and get questing quickly. Everything on the board right now questing for 2 on her side, as we have a Cheshire Cat come down. This 3-cost character has been the bane of many players' existence. It has felt so strong in this current format, being able to boost 2 once per turn and move 2 damage from any character to any other character that you would like. Having a Cheshire Cat just sitting on the opposite side of the board, smiling at you devilishly, is a very anxiety-inducing thing to have happen to you.
Yeah, and probably right here, choosing not to go ahead and do anything other than exert the Webby, because again, she does have ward, so she's safe to go there. But next turn, if Clara does turn anything sideways, potentially just the Webby, because unfortunately, Merlin and the Curse Merfolk have 0 strength. So if you were to challenge into anything other than the Webby, there's no damage to really move around by boosting the Cheshire Cat. So again, Claire's board is actually quite funny into this face of this damage moving Cheshire Cat. However, like you said, everything on her board does quest for 2. So even if we're just going to kind of get active and turn sideways, that's quite a bit of lore to go ahead and get on this turn. And we do finally see the Ursula going in, so we can just take a look. And there is the Clara shift with the You're Welcome and a Mean, Malicious, and Scary. So I'm taking that You're Welcome. What about you?
I'm probably going to take the Malicious, Mean, and Scary. Putting all that damage on my characters, that also can enable the Cheshire Cat to start moving things around. It doesn't have to be from one of your characters. It can be from one of theirs to another one of their characters. And it removes the Curse Merfolk, and you don't get to draw a card off of it. But the You're Welcome is really scary because of the shift. But I think Malicious, Mean, and Scary is a little bit of a better option, just because you're playing the aggressive deck and you don't want the majority of your cards to be hit by something like that, as the Cheshire Cat goes into the inkwell for her.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing like, okay, because we had another Cheshire Cat, and this is a Emerald Amethyst Mirror. Garrick, tell me, when is the last time we got to watch an Emerald Amethyst Mirror on the ICL?
Yeah, it's been quite a while, and this is what is so great about this new format. Just injected life in something that was pretty stale. I think we can all agree on that. Thinking about questing with the Merlin here, it has not been boosted yet, so it is a little bit risky, but we do want to go ahead and get that lore on the board, as that Clarabelle is going to come down very shortly and start removing things potentially with that. You're welcome. So let's get some lore before these characters are removed.
Yeah, and we do see that we did opt to keep the Webby back. We're not going to quest her because, again, we're not really going to get any value out of her other than the 2 lore, but we are 6-6 as far as that goes, and we know that there is the Well You're Welcome in hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to ink Shift Clarabelle, Sing You're Welcome, probably on the Merlin, potentially to get rid of some cards, or are we going to sing it onto the Curse Merfolk because we don't want to have to challenge in and discard card. Actually, no, I'm going to sing it on to the Merlin because I would rather, that's interesting. Like, I want to get as much Clarabelle value as possible, right? So, like, which one? Is it the Merfolk or is it the Merlin? But let's see. We're going to go ahead and quest with Webby, and we do get that trigger because we do have... Clara does have more ink than automatic over here, so then we can just go ahead and get our Webby trigger, go ahead and ink for turn, and really, honestly, should Emerald Amethyst be ramping this much? This is insane. It's too much power, too much draw, too much power, too much ramp. You shouldn't have it all, but we have it all with the You're Welcome.
Yeah, I really like the You're Welcome here on this turn. We knew it was probably coming down, but it's such a powerful combo with the Clarabelle, Light on Her Hooves, being able to give your opponent cards, which gives you cards in turn. Normally, that would be a pretty big negative. Obviously, you're removing something on the opposite side of the board, but you're giving your opponent more cards in their hand than they had previously. But with the Clarabelle, all of that is mitigated, and I think going for that Cheshire Cat is the right move here. You can't choose Webby because she has Ward, and the other 2 characters that are exerted currently aren't that scary because they have no strength.
They have tiny little noodle arms with
Yeah.
old Merlin sitting in his library doing things, and then the Merfolk, of course, are actually just part noodles, so they don't really hit very hard. So I definitely agree with that. And then again, we do see, like, I will say though, the Merlin art is so beautiful on that card. I saw the epic version of it, and the colors, like the colors on this Merlin, it's my favorite, and I have yet to test this card, but man, I want it to be good because the epic is gorgeous. I think I love Merlin. I don't know. I just do.
Yeah, Merlin is a really, really cool character in Disney history. I'm very fond of the character thanks to Kingdom Hearts. He taught me a lot of magic.
I did, in a way that you're like, you're kind of mean, but I also needed you. The Merlin Bermuda shorts. Oh yeah, the Bermuda pants Merlin. And so, yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite characters, as we do see the boost. No, we're not boosting yet. I just keep preemptively wanting the boost because I need to see it. You know what I mean? I'm like, no boost.
Yeah. Nothing quite on Clara's side that we can boost as of yet. We weren't able to boost the Merlin before it was removed. We have another Ursula coming down onto the board. We're going to take another look at the hand. We have that Iago, which I think has been really, really powerful early on in this format. It is a 0/2 that has Challenger 5. It is a 2-cost inkable. And the Flynn Rider as well, that has a boost, gives him additional strength and lore. I love these boost cards, especially in, I think, a format that doesn't have as much card draw as we've typically had, as we do see the boost go into the Merlin. So it will draw us 2 cards if it is banished in a challenge. But you have so many opportunities, I think, to boost in this format because card draw isn't as readily available as it used to be. We don't have things like Merlin Rabbit, Friends on the Other Side, Diablo, or, the Sapphire cards like Hiram, or even just Popsicle and recurring that with Tamatoa. So card draw isn't as good as it used to be. So you have more opportunities to spend your ink on things other than playing down characters. And I really like the boost mechanic. I think these boost cards are going to be extremely powerful. I hope they stick around for more than just one set because I like the design space for sure, as Clarabelle is going to challenge here into Webby, taking 2. Now we have the opportunity to boost with our Cheshire Cat ability, and we are going to choose to do that and move 2 damage likely onto the Cursed Merfolk. The Cursed Merfolk is removed. It was not banished in a challenge. Therefore, we do not have to discard a card, and we are going to challenge into an Ursula. So really, really, really well played by Automatic, and that just shows the power of the boost ability, as a Madam Mim is going to come down and return the Cheshire Cat to hand. Now, keep in mind, that returns the boost card as well. So basically, just drew a card off of that Madam Mim with the combination of the boost there. And I believe that that is a Whisper foil of the Flynn Rider Whisper coming down onto the board. So really, really interesting interaction there. So if you were to spooky sight this Merlin, for example, that would put both of those cards into the Inkwell, not just the Merlin. So same thing with this Madam Mim Elephant. Bounce back the Cheshire Cat and basically drew a card because it was boosted. Really cool interaction.
Yeah, that's definitely why I think that new Olaf is very, very interesting. The one drop that says, "Oh my goodness," and the Prince John. So it must be a Prince John combo deck, potentially, because it says whenever you boost this character, you just ready him, and he has 3 lore on him. So of course, you boost only says that you can only you can only do the boosties once per turn. So you can pay 3 to quest, pay 3, boost Prince John or Little John, Prince Little John. Oh my goodness, so many Johns. You know,
Little
it's
John.
very. Yeah, Little John, and then ready him. But if you have like the Blessed Bagpipes like we saw earlier, that also lets you kind of banish and boost as well. And I think there's a couple other cards that have a lot of you may boost this thing. So you can have like a little bit of an OTK thing going on if you play your cards right. It's a combo, but it's there. It's there.
Yeah, it's something Automatic definitely needs to be aware of at this point, because
Mhm.
Clara is at 14. So that Little John is something that does need to be removed expeditiously off of the other side of the board. We'll see if
Oh wow.
there are some answers in the hand for this card, because if it does quest twice, the
That's
game
it.
will be over. That will be 6 lore off of a single character. So not only do you have to remove him, probably should remove this Merlin and or Ursula if you have the opportunity to. And you obviously can with challenges, but we need something in the hand to get rid of this Little John, or it is going to be a game over.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is another thing too. I mean, this deck does probably play still Ursula 5. So if you were to be, you could probably play Ursula 5, go ahead and exert the Little John, and you still have to you could use your Clarabelle, but again, that would still keep this. So yeah, maybe an Ursula 5, that I think that would kind of help. Another You're Welcome would be amazing. Just go ahead and sing that and be on our merry way. But again, yeah, this 4/5 is presenting basically by himself the end of the game. And I'm very excited. Maybe next game, depending on how this one goes, we will get to see those Blessed Bagpipes in action, because super spicy to have this OTK potential just kind of in your deck, just waiting.
Yeah, it reminds me of when the Kiwi decks were playing Gontu.
Yeah.
Just quest for 4. It's like, you got to answer this because I've been questing all game. But now you have the ability to boost the character. And while you were away, we were talking about how powerful these boost abilities are, especially with limited cards in hand. You can spend your ink doing something else, and spending 3 to gain 3 lore seems pretty good, as we are going to boost the Flynn Rider.
And that does give him +2 strength. So you're able to cleanly take out the Ursula. And now next turn, he'll also have 1 lure on him. But again, if we're not taking out that Little John, then we're not winning. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be. We do have a little bit more ink left over. Is this an answer, or is this the Cheshire Cat? Nope. And then an Iago. So we're just going to go ahead and play out our hand and pass the turn and watch Little John in action. So that's a quest for 3. And here comes the little boosty. Put that under there, ready him, and quest for 3 more. That was an aggressive quest too. That was like, boom. I win. I love it. we watched a quest off with a Little John boosted. We all looked at this card and went, what? And Clara made it happen on the ICL for the first time.
Yeah,
Woo.
shout out to Clara. She did bring the spice out, and I think that's the sound of TCG players selling out of Little Johns.
Yeah.
Get them while they're hot. But yeah, I really like this build. It reminds me a lot of the Emerald Amethyst from like 2, 3, 4 sets ago, where you would just get these 2 questers down onto the board and just win a tempo game. I love the inclusion of the Cheshire Cat. I think it helps you win that tempo game really, really well. It just kind of, it's like a mini Maui shark. It really just freezes your opponent's side of the board, and it's something that they have to deal with before they can start questing. So really cool build by Clara. We'll see if there's any more spice in it. But also on Otto's side, if he did just have the answer for that Little John, the game was probably going in his favor. So really, really close one. Clara able to get game number 1. We'll see if Automatic is able to bring it back in game number 2.
Yeah, definitely interested too, because we did see that Automatic did take out the Merlin, which gave Clara 2 more cards in hand. So that is actually kind of setting it up in that manner, like, oh, like I'm going to say here, let's put Little John down. You must answer this. However, in challenging and giving me the Merlin, I got to draw 2 more cards. And we did see that most of the cards in her deck quest for at least 2. So at that point, if they were low-cost characters, say like a new Flynn, like a Whisper Flynn or something like that, you just kind of flood the board again and say, do you have it again? You know, so I do really like the way that Clara set that up and the kind of the deck construction. So let's see what the deck looks like on the draw.
Yeah, both decks making really, really good use of the new Whisper cards with the boost ability, which I really love to see. Both decks built in different ways, but similar in a lot of ways as well. I'm interested to see what other tricks Clara has and what other tricks Automatic has as well, as he will be on the play. I do really like that Flynn Rider, as you mentioned. It's really cool to see Clara on the Merlin as well. I wonder how that card has been, how consistent it has been, because I was able to get it in sealed, and it was absolutely a beast. Every single time I played the card, it drew me 2 cards, no matter what. Boosting and sealed is so good. Like if you play sealed and you aren't putting every boost card you have in your deck, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I think I went for a Powers Matter Gargoyle synergy, and it was fine. And then I read a card incorrectly, and I was like, my whole strategy fell apart. So reading the card explains the card, and reading it correctly the first time is important, as we do see a go-go and pass on the play. No, not with the Flynns, not with everything else in our deck. We wanted a 1-drop. We needed a 1-drop, and Clara seems to have one. There he is. There's Flynn. Whisper, what is he, like the Whisper Scoundrel? It's one of the ones I can't remember his name, but it fits him.
Yeah, and I love the
what is this?
The
He's
pages.
A spectral scoundrel.
The spectral scoundrel. I love the pages. I love the art. I just love the uniqueness that these cards are bringing. And there is the Iago.
Challenger 5.
This guy is going to be a menace. I don't think this card has been fully explored by any stretch of the imagination. It is it's basically like Rafiki, but base
insane.
Boosted
Falcon
even further
punch.
beyond. Yeah.
Bro, him into with the Falcon punch. I love what in the this is the okay. I am so excited about this deck. I love this so much. This is the librarian from DuckTales, and I literally cannot remember her name at this point in time. She's one of the most unhinged characters on the show. Yes, one of the most unhinged characters on the show, and that's actually saying a lot. But however, when you play her, you may tuck a card under one of your boosted characters or location, and that synergizes perfectly with that, because we were able to play a character and boost Flynn at the same time as we see Ursula come down. And let's take a little looky look at your hand. We'll take the Mother Knows Best. That's mine now. And we do see Curse Mofolk into our Flynn, into our Cheshire Cat, into our own Ursula. Oh, Quack Faster. That is the spice, though. Let's get that is the second way, other than the Blessed Bagpipes, to then go ahead and boost our Little John as well. So that also helps us with our win condition later on down the road. Woo!
We are going to take the trade here with the Flynn Rider, removing it
That's a
from
Meg.
play. And there was a Megara underneath that Flynn Rider, another great boost card that, again, carried me and sealed. Just a super powerful effect.
Oops, all boosties. And that is what this deck is probably not called, but I love it. And I want it to be called that. So that's actually really, I love that the faster, the bad vibes, and the Mera and everything. So am I still here?
You are frozen, but I believe you are thawing like Anna at the end of the film Frozen. Or maybe not. She's gone. It's just me. I'm alone. And it's cold. What do I do? I'll keep casting the game. We are on over to Clara's turn. She does have a couple different options here. She can take a look at the hand with the Ursula 2 as well and get a Cursed Merfolk down. It's not the worst play in the world to get some lore on the board, as I hear Color is Law laughing, but she is still she's still doing a little bit of lagging camera-wise. But that's all right. Hopefully she comes back in full force.
I don't think so. Yeah, I know. Is it
Clara really thinking over this ink decision here, valuing that Emily Quackfaster, but deciding to put it into the inkwell. We did see the hand. The Cheshire Cat was available, as well as the Flynn Rider. Might want to get the Cheshire Cat onto the board this turn, but does opt to go for the Cursed Merfolk. We'll see if that Ursula comes down as well, and she does.
Yeah, let's still take a little looky look. Yeah, my oh well, we have Genie, and a Clarabelle. Not songs, but now we know. I mean, you don't have a Shift Clarabelle, so that's coming down on potentially turn 5. But we will be able to play a Genie or a Genie on 4 ink and potentially grab that shift target to set us up for next turn. So a little bit behind, but at the same time, not too bad because we do have a Clarabelle in hand.
Yeah, it's not horrible at all with another Genie coming down. You were able to find an inkable there instead of inking the Clarabelle, which is super important to keep that in your hand to deploy later in the game. And we did see Clara's hand, or at least some of it. It's not extremely threatening at this point. So if you're automatic, getting that Genie down might just be good enough to get things started here. There's not really anything that Clara has, at least that we know of, that is going to be threatening that Genie currently.
Yeah, I wonder what the Genie plan is for this deck. Now, there's a few cards available, but I'm not quite sure. You know, is this a deck where Clara built it in mind? Like, hey, I'm just going to ignore Genie. Like, that's not going to be a problem for me. Or is there some kind of built-in strategy? Again, I think, no, Meg is the one where when you boost her, she becomes evasive, or she becomes like Flynn from set 1, where if you challenge into her, you have to discard a card.
Yeah, and she gets +1 lore as well.
Yeah. So she just did boosting her turns her into Flynn, I think. And so I would be interested to see, like, what are we doing about evasives here? Because I think that, I mean, you can't just, ignore Genie, right? We can't not have a Genie answer.
Yeah, she does have things in the deck like Mother Knows Best. We did see that. Cheshire Cat can be a way to deal with those evasives. Not directly, but sort of indirectly by challenging non-evasive characters. But we are going to get onto a quest here with our own characters, going up to 7. Clara knows how her deck is able to win, and that is by questing, as we saw last game. Thinking about an ink here, goes for the Olaf, and there is the Flynn Rider. So we'll be able to boost that next turn, I think, pretty easily, and potentially deploy another character as well.
Yeah, it does seem to me like that was kind of my guess, is like, do you specifically want a Genie answer, or is your answer to go wider than the Genie deck and then just win out of nowhere? And that could be potentially it. Like you said, kind of save the Mother Knows Best for those high priority targets, like potentially a Genie that might be running away with the game. But at this point, we just saw Clara go, I'm going wide. I'm just going to go wide, get all the cards out of my hand. You can start inking things. You can play your other Genie if you really want to. But at this point, yeah, our Flynn, if boosted, is all of our, that's going. You could probably play the Genie, see what you draw, ink it and then boost the Flynn to get after potentially, the Ursula over there, or just to get some of the stuff off the board, just to get a little bit cleaned up. And we do see that we went ahead and inked the Clarabelle. So I wonder what we drew for turn.
Interesting. We know he had a genie in there, wanted to boost the Flynn Rider here to potentially clear all 3 of these characters, challenge the Ursula, challenge the Curse Merfolk with your own Ursula, and then challenge Quackfaster with your genie.
Oh, well, we are going to have to discard a card, so we might as well. This is probably, so we'll probably keep the genie in hand, discard whatever we drew for turn, and then ink the Clarabelle, which kind of makes sense for me. Or the genie is gone, and we have a go-go. Oh, no. No value. Okay. All right. I'm going to get rid of the Quackfaster, and that is going to clean up Claire's board pretty significantly. And now saying, I have the wider board than you, and if I draw a Cheshire Cat, man, you're going to be upset. So I see what we're doing here. Now, can Cheshire Cat move damage from opposing character to opposing character, or it has to be your character to opposing character? Oh, it's on the board.
It can be any character to any other character.
Oh, that card is good. Okay, yo, hold on. Wait a minute. That's actually real good.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat is super strong, very annoying. It's something that you always have to keep in mind now, because with just 5 ink, you can play and boost it immediately if you need to. It's also a 3/4, which is super important. Huge. I think that 4 willpower is a really, really important breaking point in this game currently. We're going to boost it and probably remove this Flynn.
I would, yeah, absolutely. You don't want to leave damage floating around just in case they play their own Cheshire Cat. As we do see, it's like, so that's going to be my new favorite thing is like, what card did you slam under and boost? So,
Yeah.
It's like, because for me, it's like, oh, that's going to make 1-ofs in a boost deck kind of actually pretty dangerous. Now, if you think about it from a deck building construction, it's like, oh, it's like when you put 1 jump and you're going to like 1 jump your dime, which is your win con, and you're like, oh, I've lost the game. I wonder if like you accidentally boost one of your things and it's like, hey, well, that was my win con. I've lost the game. So we discarded a genie because we have the 3rd genie in our hand. So that's why we got rid of that genie off the Curse Merfolk, because why not just draw another one?
Yeah. The go-go is going to go into the Flynn and remove it. There was a Madam Mim elephant underneath, and now it is just this Cheshire Cat versus the world. Having 2 genies out is pretty powerful. You got to think about putting down characters that can just be removed for free with that boost ability. Like if that Webby was played, you just move that damage off of the genie onto the Webby and it's gone for nothing. So that is something you always need to keep in mind with this Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, definitely. Especially now that I have fully read the card and it's just character to character. And that is way more busted than I initially thought. When we do see the Megara come down, and she is a boost 1. So we'll just go ahead and immediately boost her. And that does give her that ability that says whenever she's challenged, you have to discard a card, and she does gain 1 lore. So again, we got to do a little bit of jangling to get her to be as powerful as Flynn was back in the day. But at the same time, having that, in the boost deck is actually, I mean, it's very, very good. It's just a quick card, and she's a 3/4 as opposed to, back when we were playing that Flynn being a 1/2. So it's much harder to get rid of being at that 3/4 stat line, much like the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, for sure. The 4 willpower is like a breaking point in this game. There's so many characters that have 3 strength, so having that 4 willpower is very important.
Okay, well, we're just going to throw an enchanted Demona, the Scourge of the Wyvern clan, down, and that will go ahead and exert everything on Claire's board, which is the Megara and the Cheshire Cat at this point. Now, it does say that if you do not have 3 cards in hand, you draw up to 3 cards. So we potentially just gave Clara a lot of cards as well as ourselves. So that's always an ability too, where you're like, oh, I'm going to exert everything, but I can draw up to 3 cards. And so flooding the board with the 2 genies and now the Demona, which is a 6/5, is it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oof. Demona is such a big character.
Yeah, giving Clara more options, a lot more ability to go wide now. Play a couple Curse Merfolks, maybe a Merlin, and now you're looking a little bit in trouble.
Yeah, giving your opponent the 3 cards sometimes matters and sometimes it won't. But we are going to go ahead and ink a Cheshire Cat because it seems like we have a few things in our hand where we're going to want to use that ink. And we're just going to go ahead and play another Meg. And we're going to play the Blessed Bagpipes, which that says whenever you play it, you get to boost a character. Just one character. Okay. And then I think when you banish it, you can also boost it again. That is what the Blessed Bagpipes say. Oh, it's so blurry. Yeah. Okay, so whenever you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck face down under your characters with boost. And whenever your boost character... Oh, right. Ugh. You gain 1 lore every time a boosted character is challenged. So now... I forgot. I think it's there's an amber item that says that you can banish it and boost a character. This is the one that says whenever a boosted character is challenged, you just gain a lore.
Yeah, that's really good for Clara's build, right? We have 3 different boosted characters out right now that all probably need to be challenged unless we have those You're Welcomes available to us, or
that works
like
with
a Mother
Shift.
Knows Best.
That works with Shift as well, because it says whenever your character or location with a card under them is challenged. So that also works with Shift characters. So even if you were to shift something, it works with that.
Yeah, so something like Webby is really good with that card, because Webby also has Ward. So you're not doing anything to Webby other than challenging her, unless, say, Prince Philip combo pops off, or
I was about to say,
or a spooky sight or something like that. As Webby is going to get shifted, and now Automatic is realizing what is going on. I need to erase this deck. I cannot start challenging it.
Actually, that is a really good move for them. And honestly, shifting the Webby, going ahead and questing full out and getting to 15, because then we know, Meg quest for 2, so that's 2, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, only to 18, and we're not challenging, so we weren't going to give you the win there. Yeah, that shift Webby was pretty good, but we could go off the top. Let's go. Oh, man, it's always go. Is that going to be this set? Don't win like this, people. Don't win like this 2 nights in a row in the ICL.
Go off the top, or the tizzy, as JDZ would say, would win the game for Clara right now, because both of those Megs being boosted means they both quest for 2. So we have 5 on the board, going up to 18. The 2 Go would do it, and we're exerting 4. I'm sure we didn't need to think about it if we had it, but I would assume it's not.
Yeah, I was like, what is it?
Bad manners.
Right. Yeah. Because you're like, oh man, I'm just like, and that's another thing too, is playing against Gogo. Now we all have to just remember that she's back. She's active. And sometimes we saw her and fabled, and sometimes we didn't. But that is always a looming threat. And also, too, another looming threat against Emerald is if I'm challenging into your stuff, you don't even need a Mean, Malicious, and Scary. You can just drop a Prince Philip at any point. And now I've put damage on my own characters for you to go ahead and banish my whole board because I had to challenge into all your stuff. So that's kind of an interesting, aggressive strategy, is make them challenge into all of your stuff because you're being so aggressive, and then just slam a Prince Philip after you get up and ramp with your Webby. So we are going to do some challenging here, which is how probably looking at this Cheshire Cat stuff and being like, okay, I'm going to challenge in here, and then let's boost. We can only boost once per turn, so we're going to have to basically probably heal up something. We're going to heal up probably the Cheshire Cat and throw that on the genie over there. That's my guess. That's what I would do. What would you do, Garrick? He would mute himself. He's very muted.
I'm sorry, I'm recording some other ICL games in the background, so I'll be back in a second.
Okay, so he is doing that. So now we basically are probably going to want to go ahead and get the damage off of all the characters, but we can't do enough to where now if Automatic has a go-go as well, that is still 15. We're still... Oh, yes. So go-go on either side would have won the game. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to boost. We're going to give a little boosty boost to our Cheshire Cat. We're going to remove the damage from the Megara, valuing the Megara over the Cheshire Cat as far as healing that up, and going ahead and shifting that right over to the genie, and he can fulfill his wishes into the discard. But that still leaves us with a go-go off the top for the win. So do he be having it?
Do he be having it?
Is it here?
I'm back, and again, I think if was in hand would be played immediately. So might not be. And now, if you're getting into a challenge game,
You lose.
you probably, you're gonna lose because
That
those.
blessed pipes. Oh, what if he has Clarabelle 1? He could break the blessed bab. I got too excited. Anyway, you Clarabelle 1, you pay it, you get rid of those bagpipes, then you go ahead, challenge in, clear the board. We've got a genie, and that doesn't actually do it. So, oh no. Well, you could take the genie into the Cheshire Cat and get rid of it, but that still leaves 4 lore on the board.
Well, the Megs aren't evasive, are they?
No, they're not, but the genie can't clear a Meg by itself. Only the Demona can take out one. So no, it actually leaves. No, okay, yeah. So it just leaves 2 lore on the board because you could get rid of the Cheshire Cat with the genie and the 1 Meg with the Demona, but they're gonna have to have a Clarabelle 1 to get rid of those bagpipes first.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if Automatic is able to keep that in mind, that could be an out if they have the ability to draw a single card with something like Genie.
Well, we did see them discard that genie, so that's already 3 genies into the discard. So we are going to go ahead and play a Webby, which will buff up, and we're going to go ahead and play a Clarabelle. So that is probably not going to do it, because if we go in challenging... Lure? So basically, we are going to go ahead and challenge in, get rid of the 1 Meg. So that takes them and gives them 1 lore. So we're up to 16. And then we'll go ahead and probably take the genie into the Cheshire Cat as before, which will then go ahead and give us 1 more lore. But then what will happen on our turn is we'll go ahead and we'll get to quest with our Meg, but that's not going to get us to 20. So now we're going to have to watch Clarabelle try to clear Automatic's board. Or we'll just go off the top with that 3 damage on our Demona. Just like really hanging on for it. Oh my goodness. Luke is in my ear, and it is definitely... he puts it on hard mode. Yeah.
We're going over to Clara. Are they able to find the elusive Go-Go Tamago off of the top to seal this game? There could be other ways out of this precarious situation. We do know that there are things like Mother Knows Best in the deck, and we can use some of those songs or actions to try and clean up this board without losing the game. Clara thinking out all the options right now.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see this. Definitely seems like a more aggressive deck. So again, I think we saw a Mother Knows Best as an answer, and we saw a couple different things. So we are seeing some exerting to draw a card, see if there's a genie, or if we're gonna get a game 3 here tonight on the ICL. We did kind of crank that out pretty fast. So let's see. Nope. Okay, we're gonna pass. So then we're just gonna do the Questy Quest. I'm not even drawing a card for turn. So we're gonna get a game 3. We're doing it.
Going into game number 3, that was, again, a razor-thin margin of victory for Automatic. It could have gone either way. These have been 2 really, really interesting games. I love both of these decks. Clara is going to be on the play here, but displaying the full power of these boost cards and the bagpipes as well. It really put Auto in a tricky situation a few turns in a row, but was able to navigate it, only allowing Clara to get up to 19 and getting over the finish line. So Sunflower Illumineers, you're going to be on the play here. Let's see if we can find those Curse Merfolk. Let's see if we can find those Flynns and those Merlins and get things going quickly.
I know. I wonder if Automatic kind of maybe was saving. It doesn't look like they were drawing a ton of cards in that last match, because again, another thing is like, you always want to keep that Little John in mind. Like, I saw it once, and now apparently You're Welcome is going to be my only option for that. So just kind of trying to keep that little extra win con, which again, we're not really big fans of putting uninkable win cons into our deck, especially in this game. But at the same time, I think maybe like 1 or 2 copies of it is pretty good, because if it sits on the board, it's gonna win me the game. And we saw Clara kind of correctly assess, like, okay, all I need to do is let this guy survive, and then, or we could just we can keep playing. And so I don't know. I love the inclusion of that. It looks as though this deck is a build around, which obviously with all of the boost and the Blessed Bad Pipes and even our Quack Faster, which I do. I like I started watching DuckTales and made that my entire personality. So I just like, that's my new thing, where if I can get people to watch the new reboot of the DuckTales show.
It's amazing. Everyone
just
should watch it. I love it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about it for like, I don't know, 13 minutes and 24 seconds? Okay, so no, I'm just saying, like, I absolutely love that show.
What's your favorite character?
My favorite character, I think it's Scrooge, because he's an entire vibe.
Scrooge McDuck.
I just like the way that things will happen around him, as the family will say stuff and he'll just sigh, and I'm like, nah, yeah, I love that. And so yeah, I think. What about you?
The correct answer is Launchpad, but we will.
What? No, I respect Launchpad's love for Darkwing Duck, and that's about like all I got for Launchpad. But you know what? And his tenacity of never giving up, so I like that as well. And we did see the Merfolk. You said we needed it, and there it is.
Yeah, Curse Merfolk and automatic with nothing on turn number 1. So we are likely going to get 4 lore out of this Merfolk at a bare minimum. Let's take a look at the hand. We got a Mother Knows Best and a Mother Knows Best. Get those uninkables out. Coming on the next turn, we can put an Ursula down of our own. It's not the worst hand for automatic here. Those Prince Philips with Ward are very sticky, and if you can shift the big boy on top,
so we're gonna
clear
go ahead
a whole
and see.
board.
Oh no, this is like, again, we were kind of talking about like, oh, if Clara can get a really fast start, then I think we're good to go. But unfortunately, then again, actually, I think that Ursula costs 3, doesn't she? But then she's a boost 2 as well. So, and she gains evasive, and she's a 3/4, like a lot of 3/4 whispers. So that the finesse is actually very, very good. But we do see a Cheshire Cat come down. So Clara does have genies in their deck, and that is good stuff, because turns out Genie's still a really good card. And
yeah, this Cheshire Cat also coming down on turn 3 is kind of insane. It's like just
drew that off the top too.
Just a good body for playing on turn 3. It's a 3/4, right? I mean, you take a look at some of the better cards in the last set. 3/4, the Genie Satisfied Dragon was one of the best cards in Steel. It was a 3/4, and you can boost this guy. So just I can't say enough about how good this card is, as we are going to challenge into the Curse Merfolk, which did get that 4 lore, as I mentioned, and we are going to discard the Clarabelle. The Prince Philip is down on the board, so once that shift is available, that's something you always need to keep in mind, because Prince Philip can sing the Malicious, Mean, and Scary, and then you can shift on top of it. So he's a singer for the combo, which makes it all the more scary as Genie comes down, and now we are taking advantage of the evasive wars, as it were.
Yeah, so definitely it was like, how does this deck deal with the Genie Wars? You just use your own Genie. But yeah, again, the fact that Prince Philip can sing Mean, Malicious, and Scary, and then you shift the large Prince Philip onto it for the one-sided board wipe, but then at the same time, like, even if, we do see we are going to go and ink one of the larger Prince Philips, so that is something that we decided to do. But the Prince Philip, the large one, is an evasive 6/6. So, like, even if you had some kind of wild rush creature or rush character to come on out and smack them, it's going to be evasive. So it's even harder to crack back on the Prince Philip than it should be. But we do see with the Cheshire Cat, we are going to go ahead and double challenge into the Cheshire Cat to get rid of him. Basically saying, hey, let's not, no shenanigans. You're going too fast.
Card is an absolute nuisance, and any opportunity you get to just get it off of the board, I say take it, as we have another Genie coming down, and double Genies with no immediate answer available to you feels really scary, especially when a deck is going as quickly as Clara's, as we're already up to 10, halfway there, and just on turn number 5.
Oh, yuck. So this game is going to go quick until, we did see them go ahead and challenge in to slow that down with the Prince Philip and inking the larger Prince Philip, making me feel like we decided that Magic Maneuvers is in the inkwell, decided that we weren't going to try to go for that line. So that's maybe telling me with another Prince Philip in there that we're going to go ahead and play our Hades, looking for a deal, and we're going to target one of those genies and say, hey, you're going to put that on the bottom of your deck, or are you going to let me draw 2 cards? What are we doing here? And
Man,
usually I'm letting you draw 2 cards. I don't even care. But
yeah,
that's what Clara opted to do in this situation.
I like this Hades a lot. I
Very good.
think like when it was initially revealed, I was like,
Oh,
okay.
that's my favorite thing. Oh, I love that. So basically, you play the Hades and say, hey, you put that on one of your deck, or I'm going to draw 2 cards. And then they say, you know what, draw the 2 cards. And then you say, anyway, sick. Here's the removal for the character that I was trying to get rid of anyway. And that always feels so good.
Yeah,
So
doing that in Amethyst Steel is so funny. Like,
yes.
hey, do you want to get rid of that? No, you can draw 2 cards. All right, I'm gonna strength it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 2 cards.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
deal. Which is
Pay
very
5 ink drops too.
thematic. But yeah, this card is super cool. We have Mother Knows Best of our own.
Okay.
Hitting the 80s as Genie does come down again.
Another genie. Clara drawing 3 genies in their opening hand, and we do see the go-go going wide. So now 11, 12. That's 17, getting us up to 17 again. And at this point, yeah, if you want to replay that Hades, that's totally cool. You can draw more cards because you better have another Mother Knows Best. And I know you don't because I made you discard one at the beginning of the game. So Hades is going to come back down. You going to let me draw those cards? Well, what deal? What deal are we making? Ooh.
The deal is you get 2 more cards.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal if I wasn't so far behind. As we do see the go down, and do we have another Mother? Okay, no, we're just going to go ahead and challenge in, and then we're good to go. We're just going to challenge in, get rid of that Ursula, and still, that is a really high lore total that we are sitting at.
Yeah, gonna go to 16 unless we sing another song. Here's
oh, come on,
number 3 coming down.
That's
on
number 4.
board.
That's it. Like, because didn't we already? No, we bounced the other one. Okay.
Bounced, yeah.
Okay. I was like, no, not cool. But we do get to see the genie army all the way on the board. And sure, you can take that out. That's fine.
Yeah, the Webby came down, gave an additional strength to the Go-Go. So she had 3 challenging into the Cheshire Cat there, able to cleanly remove it. Again, any chance you get to remove that, get rid of it. It is such a headache. And Clara, so far ahead, could have just quested there, but was like, if there's any way Automatic can come back into this game, it's this pesky Cheshire Cat. So let me get rid of it right now before anything funky happens.
Yeah, with that Hades and the Cheshire Cat, you could have gone ahead and sang Under the Sea, which would have demolished their entire board. But at this point, like, there's not much we can do. We're going to discard. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and scoop it up. Yeah, at this point, like I said, with the Cheshire Cat on the board and the Hades, you could have potentially sang Under the Sea, which would have gotten rid of her entire board. But at this point, no, let's go ahead, play it safe, get rid of that. And Clara goes ahead and wins with the Spicy Brew deck where we got to see Little John.
We did. Let's go talk to Clara about that Spicy Brew in the interview booth. What a great match. That was super exciting. I really, really loved it. The quasi mirror match, but 2 different builds, 2 really interesting builds. Let's start with Clara. We are boosting the whispers in the well, and it was really, really cool to see that. I don't think people were valuing the whispers quite as highly, but I think you might have sold some people on playing some Merlins, on playing some Megs, definitely playing some Cheshire Cats. That card is insane, as well as the Little John getting it done in game number 1. Talk to us a little bit about this deck. What were you thinking when you were putting it together? How many iterations have you gone through? And do you think you're going to rock with the Whispers for the most of the set?
Yeah. To be honest, here I got a list on the mini list I've seen on the internet. I've tested a lot. I didn't have the time to create the deck themselves, so I was just trying to experiment with the cards, get a feeling of how they play out with this new set with new mechanics that are really high impact on the meta. So soon I'll be able to create something that is great on my own. But this I took directly from what I've seen.
Okay, I was just random. Okay, yeah, I was about to say. I think that was the thing is like Mo figured it out really, really quickly, and then everybody just kind of started like adapting a little bit. But again, yeah, you're known for your spicy brews, so this is it exciting to see the Whispers in the Well possibilities? I guess is what my question would be.
Yeah, I wanted to play the boost mechanic with the deck I considered so far, simply to showcase what it can do.
And you did that for sure. Oh, Garrick is muted.
I unmuted in the wrong place. I'm sorry. I'm in two microphones, but I really did like the interplay between the boost cards and the cards that enable the boost ability, like that Emily Quackfaster, as well as the bagpipes. It was really cool to see Otto try to navigate that in game number 2 and did it very expertly, getting around the bagpipes and leaving you only at 19. But how do you feel about the bagpipes overall? Having played some matches with it.
Well, it is a layer, a extra layer of punishment against challenge, especially for characters that are boosted. I find it really interesting, and it kind of negates the cost that you need to put for the boost character itself by putting a card under it already. So, for characters with boost 2 or more, I find that really interesting.
Especially with the Little John being boost 3 and being able to do that potentially like more than just the once per turn like the card limits you to, yeah, with the Quackfaster and then the Blessed Bagpipes as well. So it was really cool seeing that card pop off. But we want to say, congratulations on that. But Automatic, how did you feel? We saw you playing. It was a mirror match, Emerald Amethyst mirror match in the year of our Lorcana 2025. It's pretty insane. How did you feel seeing the same cards, kind of the same but different, across the table from you?
I was sad. I really wanted to showcase the levy mechanic and really go against blue decks and punish them for ramping, but we had to navigate a really interesting game 1 where I chose not to ink on a certain turn, so she didn't get Webby value and vice versa, and it was a fun back and forth definitely in game 1. And then the Little John came out of nowhere to gut punch me to the finish line. And then, yeah, I really enjoy their deck as well because I was messing around with that early on with the boost mechanic, really just going all in on it with the bagpipes and stuff. Very aggressive. I did not go as aggressive with like the Curse Merfolk package, which was really good, especially in game 3, got under me, and I just couldn't catch up at all. And then hitting with the genie on the top end and stuff. I really like the deck. For my deck, it's Mo's, like true and true. I really enjoy the play lines that it has. Ended up just drawing all 3 cost characters in game 3. So just really clogged up my hand and really couldn't sequence properly or double spell at any time. I was kicking myself because on turn 6, I drew Malicious, Mean, and Scary, and I threw away the warded Prince John or Prince Philip and chose to get rid of my shift line Prince Phillips, which I'm going to replay that play line in my head quite a while.
Is that when you double challenged into the was it the Cheshire Cat? Yeah, so you chose to double challenge as opposed to kind of, that's like one of the things too. And I think maybe if you watch that back, I think we were kind of like, oh, okay, choosing to go ahead and maybe get rid of the lore gain as opposed to waiting to set up the combo. But then you drew the combo and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I got tunneled into seeing the double genie and off the Ursula and knew I had to clear the board as quick. And I knew the Cheshire, when left alone, can do a lot of damage like it did in game 2. So I just tunneled into that, and I just drew all 3 costs, and then I had 2 9-drop Prince Phillips as well in my opener, and I was just, got tunneled in game 3 a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and seeing every single genie, I'm just kidding, but I was like, every single genie in Clara's deck there at the very end. And then at one point I got confused because you bounced it back with Mother's the Best. And I was like, is that the 4th genie? Garrick's like, no, it's the same genie. But yes, there are 3 of them on the board at this current moment in time. So
they play Clara or Genie as well. I didn't see it in game 1 or 2. And they all came out in game 3.
Yeah, they're all hanging out, stuck together in the same spot. Isn't that always how it happens? But yeah, well, congratulations to Clara, and thank you for Automatic for giving us our first Emerald Amethyst mirror of the set. Like, this is definitely awesome. I'm very excited about the potential and everything. But is there any shout outs that you guys would like to do before we head over? Or Garrick, if you have any more questions, since I've completely hogged this section.
No, I just wanted to say very well played by both of you. I think either games 1 and 2 could have gone either way at any point, and just expertly navigated. So I think the audience really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it as somebody that loves this game and loves casting the game, and it was a pleasure. Congratulations to Clara, but Otto, great showing. It was really, really well played. And yeah, you can go ahead with your shout outs. We'll start with Otto and finish with Clara.
Yeah, love to shout out my wife and son for supporting me and letting me play these card games. I want to shout out Freedom Gaming. Hopefully we can keep going tonight and get the win. 2 more games left. And shout out to ICL, all the judge staff, everyone that runs this, you guys, the casters and everyone, really appreciate everything you guys do. And really enjoying Whispers of the Well. So good job, Ravensburger.
Yes.
And, thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, Clara, what are your shout outs? Shout out, or if you just want to yell in general, that's fine too.
Thank you. I want to say multiple thank yous to one, the many of my friends who traded and or sold me the cards that I needed for tonight. Thank you for the Sunflower Illumineer team that was like, hey, you're on your off season, like come join us and play some games in the ICL. And I want to thank the ICL also giving the platform for all the players in the community to play out and showcase what we can do. And last of all, you can see more of me, Questing Queen TCG online in YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. Well, we'll let you get back, and that way you can support your team and see how the rest of the night goes, because I am so excited. All right, you guys, have a good night. Back. Probably. Yeah. We love it. We're back.
We're back.
And all right, so Sunflower Illumineers 1, Freedom Gaming 0. So far, my prediction is working out. I'm getting more confident. As soon as I'm wrong one time, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. So you guys got to keep winning. Got to keep winning. Keep it up. Because sick Matt.
We'll see if Freedom Gaming is able to bring it back here in game number 2, but expertly played by both players. We are going to pass it on to our round 2 casters. I have no clue who they are, to be honest.
It's Katie and Luke. Hooray!
Katie and Luke, let's go!
It's JDZ and Katie and Luke. It's Katie.
I guess we're here. I was going to do a few more things really quickly, but this is
where you want it to be.
I should be better at my job anyways. It's fine.
But shout out to the germ meta that's really thriving here in set 10. I love to see it. I like to know.
Meta.
Yeah, we're really fighting out here, testing all the limits of the immune systems. I will note that I was in Arkansas. This germ that I have is from Arkansas, so that's very exciting.
Oh, no.
Where I saw Ken Brohamington play, which was very exciting. It's a small world after all, you know.
You're about to watch him play again.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a delight to see him play because this is a brand new meta. It was a very exciting tournament in general. For one, I got to see Mo Shamlin play Go-Go Tamago, and he is made. It's Mo Tamago, so it was very exciting to see that. The entire Sunflower Illumineer gang was there. Well, not the entire. Obviously, Claire wasn't there. I thought you guys were joking when you said Claire was on the Sunflower Illumineers. No, she literally is. That is so crazy and exciting. Their first Quebecois player. How exciting is that?
Pretty neat. Pretty neat.
It is. I love that. They're like, listen, Kansas and Montreal. Like, what a crossover episode. I love that very much.
Is this a crossover?
Most ambitious crossover. Ooh, I'm trying to get my lighting right. I look like I'm in the future, but we should get a little darker. That's too dark. Medium, folks. That's what we got. I did get feedback that I may look at myself in the camera too much when I cast, but to be fair, I don't know what else to do. So
wait, look at yourself in the camera? How?
Yeah, like you can tell, like, because you're supposed to look at the camera. I'm supposed to be talking to the camera, but I will just kind of like, I'm like a little baby on an iPad, just staring at my own.
So you just look at the camera.
Or like the monitor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what you're. I mean,
you're not supposed to look at just your face for sure. Yeah,
that's why I have my camera like right above my monitor, so it kind of like. Maybe. Oh, nice t-shirt.
I know I'm wearing the uniform. I was like, wait, I'm not going to wear the blazer tonight, but I have the uniform on, the company issue uniform.
You got the work outfit, so it's like,
yeah. You either exactly, but yeah. So we have also Michael Maloof. This is Mike Senior. That,
Perfect.
As we know, it used to be Mike Junior, Mike Senior. Now we don't have to be. We don't have to specify.
We'll go
just Mike of Freedom Gaming. We don't have to specify which one's which anymore. But I'm also very excited to see him play because, as you said, Freedom Gaming. They're no slouches. They're here to play, and I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm glad I wasn't on the pre-show because I'm a little biased. I've the Sunflower Illumineers. I've seen them many times. They've given me stickers. I have a Sunflower Illumineer sticker. So we'll go ahead and jump into the game. Now, Ken this weekend was on a very fun deck list. I'm excited to see if he's on it again. But it sounds like he wants some extra support here. I don't know. I don't know why he has go on there.
Extra support.
I don't know. But Michael, I have no idea what he could be playing. But it's anyone's guess. After watching round one and watching Color and Garrick effortlessly go through 5,000 Whisper cards, it could be anything.
It could be a boat. It could be a yacht. Who knows? For those who know, that's an affectionate name for Sapphire Steel.
A yacht?
The yacht club. Yeah.
Wow.
Ask your SLTC friends, I guess.
Okay, everybody go contact your local. Don't punch me, please. See, that's the thing is people are always punching casters these days, and it's not allowed. You can't do it.
No, they're not. No, don't even give them the thought. That's not a thing.
Of punching your caster. They can't find me. I'm in the computer. We have no bearing on any outcome of any game. Therefore, we are the most unhated. Well, some people do hate casters, but like it's compared to like some, I don't know. You know what? I'll stop. But here we go. We are shuffling. We are altering. Shout out the champion Matt here. That's very fun. I always think it's fun when people like start with like a flex, being like, by the way, I've won a tournament before, or I bought the equivalent playmat.
I don't know if you know this, but I've played this game before.
And I'm pretty good. And honestly, I did buy a runner-up playmat for the Stitch set champ because I wanted it very bad, and I never opened it because it's just like I feel like it's stolen valor. Like I feel like someone will be like, "Oh, you got second place once?" I'm like, "No, I paid a guy money in exchange for a mat." So I'm very used to.
People just normally assume I buy playmats and that I didn't earn them.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, you want them pay to play?" And you're like, "No." He's good, guys. You don't have a...
Imagine if these playmats did give bonuses. Like, yeah, your Maleficent Dragons cost one less if you have this champion playmat.
Yes, but
like
here we go.
Power lines sing for one more and dig for one more on their abilities. That's a Clarabelle to the Inkwell.
It is, which means that we have a Sapphire Emerald. Now, Ken...
Is this going to be a mirror?
It could be because Ken was playing that this weekend. He was so excited. We saw him round one against his very own wife, Lycos. He played her round one, and we said, of course, get them on the stream. And there we go. It is Mirror Mirror hanging on the wall. It is the funky set 10 mirror on the wall. You can't rhyme on the wall. But...
You can't hear it, Katie, but I feel this song really is pretty good for 2 mirror matches in a row.
Is it mirror, mirror hanging on the wall? You don't have to tell me who's the biggest fool
No.
of all.
It's
Okay,
a
shout
King
out to
Louis
whoever knows that song.
from Jungle Book.
And
Wanna Be a Man Like You.
Oh yeah, this weekend we discovered I can do a pretty good Louis Armstrong impression and a very good Fozzie Bear impression. That's it. Maybe I'll do it later. If Brohamilton wins this game, I will talk like Fozzie Bear for the entirety of the second game. But here we go. We got the Clara.
Come on, bro. Let's go.
Zoho on you. Which, if he hits ramp on 2, that's a good indication that he's well on his way. He's kind of hesitating here because this inking can be a little tricky, but is he going to ink into a Tipo? He's going to ink into a Tipo. As we know it, we love it. And we do get that wonderful little Tipo here, which is kind of nice to get rid of an inkable, a stinkable in hand. And now that he knows it's a mirror, I know Ken was running 3 spooky sites this weekend, which, as I lovingly called, I don't know if I can say it on this stream, but I made a little joke, a little wordplay on something that rhymes with spooky, where it's not so good if you don't plan on having 3-cost characters, which you will be seeing a lot of in this matchup.
I mean, maybe if things don't get shifted.
It's true, but we're ramping right on schedule here, where we have that Cinderella, the dreams come true, and she is a dream come true. She's a princess, and she says, "I don't need any friends. I am my own princess, and I'm inking for my own hand." Cinderella ban incoming? Just kidding. Let's not ban her. I have it enchanted. I need that equity.
I don't know. She doesn't win you the game on her own. She just gets you to the cards that win the game. So it's interesting to see where RB's philosophy would be on if they ban cogs like Cinderella or payoffs that are too good.
Good point. And Dumbo didn't get banned, so Cindy's still here.
And if all she does is be a 2/3 that ramps you, and like if she sails once basically, and she's not even as good as sail in the way that you have to ink before you draw, where sail draws and then you ink. It does the same thing. She's uninkable. She's not that much better than How Far I'll Go. Now, the fact that she can sing songs, it's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say she's like some bad card. She's a darn good card. I'm just trying to say she doesn't need to be banned. At least not yet. Like even later. I mean, this is why you need Diablo. She wouldn't be an issue if there was a Diablo in play that was drawing cards when they were trying to draw cards.
So the question isn't should we ban Cindy, it's should we emergency bring back Diablo?
Yes.
That's a better question.
Diablo,
an emergency
please.
Diablo reinstatement. But we do see a Clarabelle large size, light on her hooves going down into the inkwell, which makes me believe that there's more Clarabelle possibly on the way. Whenever I see something be inked that I'm like, that might be beneficial, I'm like, don't worry, there's more.
They have another one.
But it's not always the case. I mean, some of these cards can really get clogged up on the inkability, and they have to get to that high ink count because now they're in the Prince Philip Malicious Mean and Scary standoff. And here we go. The war is ongoing.
What are we singing? We could sing 2. We could be that crazy and sing 2 songs. Like if we had double your welcome here, that'd be insane. But even then, just a Under the Sea is backbreaking right here and probably wins the game.
It's true, and that's why. Well, he says, well,
questing.
I'm gonna quest.
Silencing that phone is what we're doing.
I like it. It's kind of like we all got a text just now. But here we go. We're all going to find out kind of who's going to win this song. There's lots of songs, like you mentioned, Under the Sea, which is very, very important before we get to that shifting. Then we also have the Malicious, Mean, and Scary. Head, Sail, Die, get out of here. We don't need that anymore. So that's jettisoned from the meta. But those are going to be the 2 ones. And here we go. We're in lockstep. But does Brohamilton have the song Hamiltons? Now he would need. Now the tricky part is to fire off that Malicious, Mean, and Scary combo. You do need something to sing, and then you need to play Prince Philip, which is not available right now. So he can't really do. I mean, he could Under the Sea for just that one Cinderella, which is probably not worth it in this exact case. But if that's what he has in hand, and that's he built it for a wide array of matchups, it's not out of the question. Just probably unlikely.
Yeah.
I did watch him play a spooky site on a single warded Prince Philip to win the game this weekend. So, sometimes you do what you can with what you have.
Yeah, it's understanding when you need to do that. I played a bit of this deck last season, and there definitely were times that I was like, yeah, I'll sing Under the Sea for your shift Clarabelle, just it. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
a 1-for-1, good enough.
How afraid are you of the downstream impacts of letting it survive? And in this case, we're about to see the quest. Oh no, we are challenging here, sending both Clarabelle and a little Tipo off the top to get rid of that Clarabelle and ending the surplus of cards that both players are hoping to get at the end of each turn. They're kind of calling a bluff there, and Clarabelle will go ahead and survive. Now, a cheeky go-go could be funny here, but unlikely, but funny.
So, I think Bro just missed his Clarabelle trigger.
2 cards in hand, and I think his opponent had 2, right?
I thought Momentum had 3 cards in hand.
Tough to say, but now he's calling. They're just absolutely battle botting out right now. So here we go.
He's got 2 cards still in hand, and he inked a card and played a card. Yeah, so he definitely had 3 cards in his hand at the end of last turn. And
he was so excited to get rid of that Clarabelle, he forgot. He really doesn't want to hear that Fozzie Bear impression. And we thank you for that, Bro Hamilton. We thank you for your service. But here we go.
Easier to miss triggers like that, especially when playing in webcam.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also easy to miss when you practice, and some formats it's kind of assumed the triggers will happen, but others are just not. So in this case, you have to call it out, and if you miss it, it's a May. So and even if it's not a May, life moves on. If you both forget it, then life has moved on, and so long.
That's why I miss digital clients.
Digital clients.
It just says you. It's like reminds you. It's like, hello. Would you like to do this?
I know, but if
do this?
My goodness, you could tell back in the day who practiced online and who didn't based on SME triggers, because it's like your SME took a damage, and I'm like, I'm sorry, the computer normally helps me.
I was very bad at remember. Every time I ever remembered SME, I had a Piglet in play. So it didn't matter.
True. And that's, I think, a better thing. Be like, it's not that I'm used to online clients. I'm used to Piglet being here. Piglet never lets me down.
Forget to put a damage on it.
And shout out to you, because a lot of people forget that Piglet was a captain, but that's literally in his name. But
I don't always forget my SME damage, but when I do, I have a Rapunzel.
But yeah, here we go. So momentum definitely has a momentum in his favor, but these games can be very swingy, and it's really just going to depend on who can keep their card in play longer as far as
who can maintain the momentum.
Exactly, who can maintain momentum. And momentum has momentum right now, but momentum might lose momentum. So here we have Bro Hamilton coming down and hoping to get things his way with a second. We've seen a Clarabelle in the Inkwell. We've seen a Clarabelle be banished, and now we have second Clarabelle back in the playfield.
Oh, so the Clarabelle we saw go to the ink was a big Clarabelle, eh?
I believe we saw one earlier go into the Inkwell, because I was nervous about it.
I remember you mentioning it. I just didn't realize it was which one.
It's been so long. It's been like 3 turns ago, so who could say for really? So now we have momentum is at this wonderful, let's see, he's got 7 ink going into 8, so he's not quite at that Prince Philip threshold, but this is, if you don't have Prince Philip, the next best thing is Hades. So this is the Hades war. We're in it. Momentum is definitely winning them.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. He can't really exert. Well, I was gonna say he can't really exert that Prince Philip yet, because the Donald Duck just gets to eat it. But maybe momentum just doesn't cur.
It's true. It might be calling his bluff a little bit here, because he knows that Donald Duck is kind of drawing some cards, and neither of them have Clarabelle out right now, so it's kind of like, card draw momentum's sitting pretty with more cards in hand currently. Now we're having our Donald Duck card draw. And let's see what he's able to get to. He has access to many cards, many ink. Here we go, folks.
We're just going to take your whole board.
And that might be why he quested.
Yeah. Maybe.
He said, listen, I know what you're up to over there, Mr. Hamilton.
I should... Yeah, I was like, I should know better just from the amounts of times I've had to literally do that with Prince John's, because I know they're going to play a Sisu. So it shows awareness.
And knowing that if he had some cards at hand and he hasn't been doing a lot of cool stuff, you just start being like, wait a minute, you haven't been doing a lot of cool stuff, which means you have something in your hand you plan to do cool stuff later, maybe. In this case, it's just hedging his bets, and he said, listen, quest them if you can, because this might be the last chance you get. And now the momentum has swung into Hamilton momentum's side. He is now momentum.
Yeah. he doesn't really have the ink to play both of them for full cost. And he did just ink another shift the last turn. So he does need to get a character into play and then next turn sing the malicious, mean, and scary. And then the Prince Philips can come down afterwards. But there's not very many nice answers to the opposing Prince Philip that Momentum hasn't already seen.
Yeah, and he says, here's one.
That's an answer, I guess. Just not nice.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of important to do that in the sense that if he plays a character right now, he's probably going to be, he knows he's played 2 Hades, so Hamilton probably has a Hades at some point. So maybe that was just him saying, like, listen, I can get rid of this one good card you have on board, which by good, he quests for 3, and he's huge, and he's got a base. So, Prince Philip is pretty nasty. This way he gets 2 cards, but those 2 cards are probably going to be 2 good cards. But let's hope not. Let's hope it's 2 spooky sites.
Yeah, he has to hope it's a spooky sight, a Tipo, maybe another malicious, mean, and scary because there's no characters in play. Just cards that aren't useful that also don't draw cards. Because normally, like, oh yeah, just draw a sail. Well, it does draw another card. And that's the issue with some of these mid-range control decks. It's like everything they play draws a card or is super impactful.
That's right. Sorry, I'm muted myself on just in time. But here we go. We are going wide, and these are these swingy mirror matches where you get to the point where you're like, listen, all I have to do is keep my opponent down. But in this kind of match, you're able to draw a lot of cards. And Hamilton just got 2 more, and he's able to go wide with the Cinderella, which is kind of card draw, kind of not draw a card, ink a card. It's tricky. Yeah, right. And you have to go ahead and ink the card before you get to draw the card at the end of the turn. Right? Yes. Yes, you have to ink before you draw, correct?
And choosing not to filter with the Cinderella.
Interesting.
So
he likes all his cards.
Or 4 cards that we have a plan for and we don't need them.
Which is scary.
Sideways. Is it scary? Yes.
Well, yeah. Because you're like, what do you have? I have 4 Hades. I have all 4. Please play 1 card at a time for the rest of the game. So here we go. We got Tipo down and Spooky Sight. And that is fun. That takes care of 50% of the board, which is not so bad, giving one of them can shift. And the other one has Ward. So that was pretty... Wait, was it Prince Philip? No, it's Clarabelle. It was Tipo and Clarabelle. I forgot. It's too late. It's gone now.
I do believe there was a Prince Philip somewhere.
Yeah, and that Spooky Sight does get around Ward because it doesn't say just one guy. It says all your guys. It gets around that little loophole here. But I would still be a little scared if I was Momentum because, yes, he played Spooky Sight, but that just gave more ink. And he has cards he likes probably, unless he was
It's worth noting Momentum played a Tipo, inked off of it, and then Spooky decided to put the Tipo also into the inkwell to like really ramp him up to the ability to play Prince Philip and Malicious, Mean, and Scary just with ink in 1 turn.
That's true. That is a very expensive. I believe that's 9 + 4, which some might call 13. So that is quite the goal for him. But he kind of knows
3.
Oh yeah, so 12.
Much easier to get to. Than,
yeah, still, in this kind of matchup, not impossible.
Yeah, it's still forever away, a turn or 2 away. But Cindy helps get there.
Yeah, and that Cindy is definitely she does it. I think she's very good in Blue Steel because she has the ability to sing that he hurled his thunderbolts. And in this matchup, she pretty much, she can sing Malicious, Mean, and Scary. Unfortunately, she can't sing if she's not there. But I don't know. Right here, she's just going to be able to quest in an uncontested board. That's pretty cool too. So here we go, questing for a total of 3 here, nice and clean, and inching up to that 20 lore. Now we are at, 3 total here. And now we are at tie, and I think he has more to play. Makes me think he has those Hades, because he's been a little slow on the play with some of these. Oh, he's going to go ahead and bounce his own Cindy to the hand with a Basil, which is very, very cool. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, it's so when you see it happen, it's so disheartening. It's just like, okay, again, I guess, and you gonna make me okay. Okay.
Love it. It's so fun. But yeah, I mean, then there might be a little bit of discarding happen if Momentum can't get to one of those answers that we discussed earlier, which would be singing that malicious being scary or speaking it, as some casters might call it, speaking of malicious being scary. But in this case, no, he's just going to go ahead and hope that the Hades War is over. I would bet several.
Well, we just bounced one, right?
It's Cinderella, right? He bounces Cinderella back.
Oh, the Cinderella.
Yeah, but I would bet there's a Hades in there. I would just bet so many dollars, but we'll see. We'll see. It's all going to come down to when he passes his turn, but playing one character at a time is very scary against a Sapphire deck, especially at this ink total.
3 cards is quite a bit.
It is, and it might be the 3 cards he needs to get out of this, but if he doesn't, next turn he will be at that lore total or ink total he needs to do the Malicious Being and Scary Prince Philip combo, but let's see what Hamilton will do in response.
Has created so many cards.
Exactly, and it's interesting because both of them benefit from it. And I mean, my goodness, they both have so many cards and so much ink. They can truly do anything, but the problem is both of them can do anything, which means it's going to be definitely who can stay in this the longest. And we're going to find out once Momentum gets his turn. And we're going to start with a discard here, which it is
so
randomly.
Many cards in hand.
I know, it's very rare you see this much ink, this many cards in hand, but here we go. This mirror match has it.
Clarabelle drew 3 cards, and we drew 1 card off the Donald Duck, so he ended his turn with 2 cards, and now has 6, going down to 5, drawing back up to 6 for turn. And are we... Ooh. Is that the third Hades, right?
It is for him, yeah.
Like, this game, like, I'm questioning whether or not this is game 2. This game has been so long. I'm like, did I forget the pip? I'm pretty sure it's still game 1.
It is. They are just really flexing muscles at each other. It's like 2 exotic birds posturing their feathers. And now let's see if this is the exotic posturing of a combo with no singers. I hope so. That'd be pretty fun.
It's like, do we have it? We've got 11 ink over there. So we only need 1 more. Easy peasy.
Shout out to Momentum for he's being so tidy with his 5,000 ink, and I appreciate that. Here we go. Okay, that's not it. So he doesn't have it right now. And he might not because just he's winning. So and now do we have a game on board here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, he has to do something. You're welcome, Hades. He's lost 3 Hades to this war. What else can he do? So that Hades was very important since he didn't have that combo.
He was at 12 already. His ink count is 1 off. Because he still has 11 open right now.
Oh, okay.
He's not doing it, but his ink count is 1.
He's not doing it, but he could.
Yeah.
But he won't because he doesn't want to. He's going to sit up for game 3.
Oh.
Hades? Did we find our 4th Hades? No. That's... well, you're welcome.
A card, but is that a card that does
There we go. So you're welcome. He's like, listen, who do you want here? And with the discard in play, he still goes ahead and does Hades, knowing that maybe Brohamington would bounce his own Hades back again. So Hades, get out of here. And he has 5,000 cards, so maybe that discard ability is not so scary. But yeah, that wasn't the turn I was hoping for, but it was the turn we got. It keeps him in the game 1 more turn.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have gone after Hades or Basil there, but I'm leaning towards Basil just because I don't want him to draw Hades. So I don't want to put more of them in the deck to grab. But it could be that we have to be able to challenge, maybe.
Yes. And maybe he wants that singer.
Yeah, and our Clarabelle can challenge down the opposing Basil and cannot do that to the Hades.
Yeah, so he goes ahead and we get the Donald Duck. Or rather, no, he's doing the card draw for the end. I forget. He has 4,000 card draw because of this enchanted Clarabelle light on her hoofs. And then finally, with 4,000 cards in hand, he will go ahead and pass. I think he has 6 cards. At least 6 or 7, based on what I'm seeing here. And 1 more. Why not? Because of the Donald. He's just doing cleanup over here. He's not even looking at the cards he just drew. He's like, let me do some tidying. Let me make sure everything's good around the house. And there we go. He's digging into whatever that new card is.
Digging into that new card. What do we have? What
Tucking
did Santa bring us early?
All right. So this is Interesting. I will see here. He's going to go ahead and look for 5 more answers to see what he can get. And goes ahead, keeps one, sends the rest back. What
so
could he have?
quickly grabbed that card.
I know, it's just a good one. He's like, yeah, I bet it's you're welcome.
It's
He
just
likes
ink.
it. Just ink. He just wanted some ink. He didn't have enough.
It didn't need want to ink the.
There we
inkable
go.
card.
The Hades Wars continues. And this is kind of, I don't want to say it's game over, but he really needs that malicious mean and scary combo right now. He's going to go ahead and quest and do the discard game. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. Insane at this point in the game. And he says, go ahead, roll a dice, and we'll do the little county number game.
Even if we stop it, we have to basically answer every character that Bro Hamilton plays the rest of the game. So we'd have to, I guess, if Bro Hamilton just doesn't have any more answers and just has some characters that draw some cards, but no actual answers, and we Prince Philip combo 2 turns in a row, I think we win. Because we play it, we answer the board, he plays some stuff, we quest for 3 to 12, we wipe his board, he plays some stuff, we go up to only 18 actually. So we'd have to have it plus like a couple more answers to answer every single 2 lore threat that Bro Hamilton plays the next 2 turns, which is possible. Spooky Sights and another combo. It's very unlikely.
Difficult. Yeah, difficult.
Yeah.
It's a difficult road for him to travel here. Because, he does go up to 18. So he basically has to do everything right forever. And here we go. Guys, you asked for it. He said, don't worry, just wait a little bit. And Ken's already. He's like, listen, I'll do it. I'll do it right now. So now nothing can go wrong for the rest of the game. And Bro Hamilton, he has played 3 Hades, I believe. So he might have 1 more in there. But that Prince Philip has to do a lot of work here. And there we go. Prince Philip and his little buddy, Little Philip.
That is the other 2 lore. So if Bro Hamilton does not have an answer, Momentum can quest all the way up. But I just assume that Bro Hamilton is going to do the exact same thing backwards. But no, we are not. We're probably just Hadesing.
My goodness. Hades, why are you so buoyant? How are you always in the hand? A question for the ages. Ban Hades is what I say. But no one ever agrees. But he is there all the time when you're like, don't worry, guys. All I have to do. And Hades is like, all you have to do is what? No, finish your sentence. All you have to do is what?
Play word characters.
Yeah, well, that's true. But then Spooky Sight can come around the corner and be like, boo, guess what? I get around if you're little
malicious,
and have
mean, scary, and quest for 3.
There we go.
You have it?
Do you have Hades? And the answer is I don't think. Well, I mean, Momentum could. I believe we've seen 3, so he could have his 4th. But my goodness,
2. He'd have to have 2. Either of those characters win the games for Bro Hamilton. In my mind, he has to have the malicious, mean, and scary combo. He has a little bit more ink to kind of tutor for it, or have 2 of these, right?
So yeah, that, and then maybe perchance another Hades. I mean, this kind of feels like stalling in the sense that the inevitability kind of lies with Bro Hamilton at this point because he can be in such response mode. But he says, I don't.
Prince Cindy.
Enchanted City, by the way. The tax bracket over there is through the roof. But there we go. Momentum says, Katie, you have to talk like Fozzie Bear for a whole round. And it's a lot for me. And I don't want to do it. I won't do it.
Why?
Waka.
Say that.
I won't do it. But I could. Just know that. I could talk like Fozzie Bear for a whole round. If she wanted to, she would, they say. But yeah, so now we're moving on to game 2, where Hamilton comes in like a wrecking ball. And these mirror matches are very interesting because it's just kind of who can keep their guys on the board. It's kind of the first war is the ramp war, who survives that. Second war is the Hades war. And then after that, it's just kind of who can combo bombo out. And it's just very, very interesting of not overexerting, not getting your whole plan thwarted by your opponent. But it is very, very interesting. So it'll be will they both hit their ramp? Probably, but I feel like that is the first test. Oh yeah, between the Hades test, between the ramp and the Hades test, there's also the Cinderella battle. So it's rock, paper, scissors, and then the aggregate of those 3. That's my commentary. It's like, I don't know. Oh, wow. Let me go grab mine really quick. It's so nice being the upper crust. I did get it from my midnight pack, so that was very flavorful. Shout out to Cinderella for being such a flavor win.
Aren't you glad I didn't go? If I had gone, I would have opened that.
Maybe the person in front of me in line got the iconic Hades, so I will say that was pretty cool. But honestly, I'm still happy, right? Because like that's still a good pull. I'm not gonna be
Who knows?
sad
Maybe
about.
if the Cindy's as busted as everyone says, maybe it'll be worth more in the long run.
I will say, like, okay, so Sydney's kind of got that same problem as Dumbo, where it's like, no, when Sydney comes on the playing field, no one's scooping. No one sees Sydney and be like, oh, GG's, it's over. However, she is like the fuel, like you said, she enables the win. So I think it's interesting. The problem I think with Sydney is like with Dumbo, you have a turn generally to respond, or you already have to have an evasive on the board. Like you're not guaranteed. But I think with Sydney, like you're pretty much guaranteed the value of the card by playing it. You do get at least that ramp. So with Pleakley, like you can disturb it. You can go ahead and fire a cannon at the Tipo and say, sorry, you're not going to be able to do the Pleakley combo. But with this one, it's a little bit more dangerous.
Not good as a top deck when you have no cards.
No. So she's like got downsides, but she definitely, of all the cards in the game, she's definitely one where you are probably going to get some value from playing her most of the time. Not maximum, but I mean, but I don't know. She's definitely not a game ender by herself. And she's too pretty. How can you be mad at a little baby elephant and a little lady with one shoe? Come on.
I mean, obviously she stole that shoe from a store that only had like one of the shoes out.
Yeah, right. She took the tester. She's like, listen, it's fine. But here she is. She's beautiful and shiny on that beautiful card reader. Shout out Lorebot for the people who like more Lorebot. Bobby McCoo Incorporated.
That was good.
Thank you. I've practiced a lot this weekend. But here we go. I almost didn't see the ink because it's like a eye-to-eye inception here. But we did go ahead and ink and pass with that Clarabelle.
You don't like having a black sleeve on a black play mat. You
I know.
Like having a picture of the same picture of the play mat.
I do like complaining though, and I will do that.
Oh,
but so Raheem did.
Complaining.
He didn't get a 1-drop out. So I talked about the first war being the Tipo. I'm sorry. The first war was actually the play a 1-drop. Lost that. But here we go. Momentum hits his mark with his ramping, with Sail the Azurite Sea and getting that card draw and going ahead and inking an inkable. And then with a little cheeky extra ink, he might as well develop his brain a little bit. Feeling the luxury of no pressure on the other side.
This isn't luxury. This is freedom gaming.
Yeah, the luxury. What are you doing? How did we get here?
Yeah, that's quite interesting how the lists have been slowly going away from Under the Sea towards Spooky Sight, but that also means some of like the power plays of this deck you don't get to do. If you're not playing Under the Sea, you're not going to be like shifting on turn 4 and wiping their board, which also just puts you in this scenario where like then you don't want to play Baymax anymore, and that's good for the deck, right? But imagine playing this new version versus an old one, and they like Baymax shift 3-for-1 you on turn 4 with a Clarabelle, and you have no out.
Yeah, that's why I'm always so interested, because I mean we're still truly not even past week 1 of this set being out. We're like a week and 4 days. So I mean the meta can truly evolve to what becomes popular now. And he goes ahead, he plays Sail the Azurite Sea with nothing here. Yeah, no other characters being played, which is scary because that just means maybe he's building to something absolutely oppressive on his top end. But definitely gives momentum breathing room. Just a cheeky little Sydney.
One Prince Philip in the inkwell.
Yeah, 1 down. So now he's not slamming that Clarabelle shift with 6 cards on the other.
Can't play because it costs 5 to shift.
Well, people know that, and I was testing them and you both passed. Congratulations to everyone. You can now collect a Lore Keeper's sticker next time you find me. And here we go. We're going to go.
Where's my sticker, lady?
I think I've given out a sticker to every person in the community at this point. I think no one doesn't have a sticker at this point. To the point where I think I'm like, do you have a sticker? And they're like, I already have it. So we're good.
Chat does have a sticker.
I don't know. I'm not looking at chat. I need to blow my nose. But here we go. We're going to quest that Clarabelle. He didn't quest last turn, but he's like, or he did He did, because now, yeah, there's no reason not to. That Clarabelle's feeling light on her hoofs because she has no fear and only 2 cards in hand. So yeah, Momentum is praying that next turn he gets a cheeky little
Someone
shift
stole
in.
your sticker.
Someone stole it? Oh no. It's worth like $100.
Duke stole 2 stickers.
Nice. Nice.
Rascal Adams is upset you did not give him a sticker.
It was in the bottom.
You a sleeve for the Enchanted.
He did. Yeah, he did. Rascal. He did. He turned around and it was like a nice sleeve. It was like it had like an attractive anime woman on it. Am I saying? But like not too lewd. It was a tasteful.
Try to shame me.
No, it was a very
for
tasteful.
Not giving you this. I'm gonna shame your sleeve.
No, it was tasteful. It was a very tasteful woman.
Tasteful anime lady.
It was. I was like, wow, I can't say any. It was very like, you know what? That is, here we go. We're going to play You're Welcome Here. Blowing up all plans of the Clarabelle card draw and definitely taking the momentum out of his plan.
This is brutal for bro.
Yeah.
But you do what you have to do. You can't let that Clarabelle come down, even if it means you're skipping your Cinderella turn. And sure, Momentum's getting 2 cards, but he doesn't have a shift line set up. So it's like, what's he going to play?
Yeah, those 2 cards feel bad, though, because he only had 2 cards, and you could tell he's playing Clarabelle because he wanted those 2 cards. So part of me is like, maybe you could have just played Cinderella and sing You're Welcome Later, which makes me believe he didn't have Cinderella at all. Because I just feel like letting that Clarabelle develop and not... Is he sad? Is he sad I talk about the anime cards? I'm not looking at chat. I'm electing not to. I'm opting out as a...
So another Prince Philip into the inkwell. Oh my goodness! And yeah, we just play
John Silver, no silver.
John Silver.
Yeah, Reckless.
Silver, no silver.
Yeah, we have Doc, no Doc. Tamago, no Go-Go. But here we go. We have John Silver giving nothing Reckless. Remington electing to just not play characters this game. We love to see it. And here we go. We're gonna do it. It's Tipo time. A little late. Tipo generally comes on turn 2, but if you can't see him on turn 2, I always say turn 4 is the next best thing. So here we have Tipo down into the inkwell, and that is it. He has no other cards to play, 3 cards in hand.
It's kind of a rough spot, but the deck takes a while to win. So there's definitely a few comeback spots to be that if Momentum doesn't have this.
Oh, I'm assuming this is a Reckless Tipo now. This is Combat Tipo. He doesn't sing generally. He may sing a 1 jump per chance, but generally speaking, this child is in grave danger. But he could have put a damage on something, and then Prince Philip could come down. But other than that, he cannot come down because there's no way he could based on the current. We don't have Circle of Life, and we don't have the ability to do it. It's just not possible.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, it's just not possible, all right? You have to really operate on the confines of reality in this game. So Brohamington is saying, what can I do here? We've got 20 minutes left in the round. We're in game 2. It is so tricky because like you mentioned, I mean, if any game is going to go a long time, is this deck. It is a control deck, and it takes so long to truly develop its top end where it can really start flying. But he also might get to the point where he is going to be like, listen, I just got to get to game 3. So I'm very interested to see how these next 2 turns goes. Because if he can't turn the quarter soon, it's going to make it very, very hard to come back from a deficit. Because every top end answer he has access to momentum does too.
There's a world that this becomes a draw. People thought Ruby Amethyst Mirrors took a long time in set 1. Wait till Cindy Mirrors.
Yeah, because I mean, they're pretty much just ramping the answers over and over and over and over. And here we go. Here's one of the big answers we know and love. It is a Tipo on Tipo violence. They slap each other and each take a damage. And then we go ahead and get rid of that Clarabelle, stifling his dreams of drawing
poor children.
No cards, because Brohamington only has 2 cards in hand. He just really doesn't want Clarabelle on his opponent's side, which is fair.
Yeah, I mean, I hear letting your opponent have a character that quests for 2 can sing most songs and draws 0 to like 4 cards a turn is, kind of good.
And shout out to Clarabelle, who's been pretty undervalued for many sets. It's very exciting that like she's been around since set 5 and finally at set 10 we're like, Clarabelle, get in here. You're amazing. So,
she's had her time enough.
She's always been like on the margins, being like, hey, am I a good card? And people are like, I think so. no. And now she's like definitely a good card. So shout out to her.
I mean, she's a good card. I mean, but if you don't draw her, the deck can crumble.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, is that her deck is basically requires her. And while you could say, well, the green steel, emerald steel Diablo did that, it's like, yeah, but every other card in that deck was so good. And
I
that's
think
why that deck was a rough.
And I think the deck has been growing around her. Where now there's a couple other win conditions where at least you have this Donald Duck, which is Diet Clarabelle, and then you have the Hades John Silver combo, and then also Malicious Mean and Scary and Prince Philip. So there's a couple other outs as far as, and you don't win with Claire. Well, you lose without her, and you win because you had that card. It's very complicated, but either way, the deck power level rose around her, where you're not just counting on being like, don't worry, guys, I got this cow. We're gonna.
I mean,
it
is possible to win games that she doesn't show up in. It's just hard to do and kind of unlikely.
Yeah, and I mean, we have seen her show up and then get taken into the inkwell or to the banish zone. And here we go. We're inking, and there we go. I think they heard us. They're like, Clarabelle is pretty good. You convinced me. I'm playing.
Maybe I should play it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe now's the time.
Yeah, and he'll get to draw a nice, cool 2 cards off of this Clarabelle at the end of the turn once he decides what he's doing here.
Sing Under the Sea. Do it, bro, Hamilton.
He says, I shan't. I will go ahead and combat Tipo one more time here.
And I think we quest just being like, sure, if you're John Silver or you're Donald Duck, want to challenge my Tipo instead before your John Silver makes my Clarabelle reckless. I don't, like, that's fine. How's that Arkansas sickness treating you there?
The Arkansas flu, it's going pretty good. But shout out to this water tumbler that I got from our wonderful judge, Alex, or Arcus Umi. She brought me this, and I like it, and I've drank out of it every day. So shout out to hydration, but I do need to blow my nose, and I might disappear for a moment, because no one should see that. It might look like this color combo. Anyway, I'm going to go do that right now. Keep going.
That's too good. So let's see what Momentum has here. We've got a million ink or 8, one of the two, one or the other, but we can easily play a Prince Philip and sing Malicious, Mean, and Scary, but we've inked 2 of them already. Do we have a third still waiting in hand? And it's kind of rough to have to ink our board wipes when we do want to be aggressive and gain the lore, but we kind of got stalled on that kind of early.
I am back, and yeah, Bro Hamilton is momentum. Look at me. I am momentum now.
I'm the momentous one.
And that being said, he's got the momentum, but he doesn't have the lore total. So he has definitely been beating the control deck. And here we go. All momentum comes to a halt as we have that Prince Philip. No, we don't need Malicious, Mean, and Scary. Well, we do. Did he play it or did he ink it?
I think he just inked it.
That's a power move there. He's like, listen,
we don't care about the Clarabelle.
Clarabelle. And in this case, no. He says, I don't, which makes me believe next turn a Hades is coming down. And he says, listen, this is a means to an end. I get 2 characters this turn. Next turn, we can start Hades party. And he gives, I believe, Reckless to that Clarabelle, but she can still sing. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and move on to Bro Hamilton's turn here with 3 cards in hand after that card draw.
This is an interesting play, but sometimes you do what you have to do if you don't have the ink. You need to play it. You just have no other way to do it. And, like, we did quest for 4 there, and if we didn't do it, I don't know if we could have quested with everything, but we probably still could have. I kind of want to know what the other... I don't want to just be like, I hated the play, or, ooh, it was brilliant, because, like, I don't fully understand it. I just haven't played with these decks enough, which is frustrating. I wanted to stream the last 3 days, but life has gotten in the way.
Yeah, and here we go. He says, listen, I saw you play to Prince Philip. I saw you ink a Malicious, Mean, and Scary. What are the odds you do that tomfoolery again. So he gets a little bit of ink power here. He threatens a second Clarabelle and says, get rid of my big one, for I have a second one in the wings. And then the big moment is, what is he going to do with this beautiful bovine? And he's going to go ahead and do some combat on that Donald Duck. Perfect gentleman.
Just have momentum. Stop drawing all those cards. That's a lot of war in play.
Yeah, momentum was able to. He was able to do a lot, kind of on the back foot, having him kind of respond to everything he did, and yet he was able to build up a menacing board. And here we go. There's that Hades I hypothesized was there. And he says, "You know what? You got a Shift Clarabelle, then do a Shift Clarabelle, but I don't think you have it in you." And he probably gives it Reckless. And there we go, up to that 18, and that is checkmate. So now Brohampton must do what we saw Momentum do, which is have that Malicious Mean and Scary Prince Philip combo, which is the only way to keep him in the game.
Yeah, I think he needs to concede this game so he can try to win game 3.
Yes, because he
seems very lost at this point.
Yeah, the first game took 30 minutes. Second game took about 15 minutes. So they might be able to go a little faster this time, but it would be a tough battle.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating at this point because there's just so many things that you have to do. Both players need to be playing like very quickly. And there we have it. Momentum snagging game number 2. Let's see if 11 minutes is enough time to shuffle up and play game number 3.
Yeah, and I think Sapphire Mirrors in this format are going to be definitely a time sink because they basically are just becomes this top-end slugfest where it's like, okay, who has the card draw to stay in the game? And then they just keep kind of exchanging, for lack of a better term, haymakers until one person runs out of that power. So I do think that is going to be something people have to look out for. Do we stop the clock for a moment? Looks like we did. We just stop the clock. Let's hang out. Let's just talk for a bit. How you doing?
This means a bathroom break of sorts.
We don't allow that in the ICL. We do actually. You're allowed to go to the bathroom. If someone ever says you can't, say, I'd like to speak to my lawyer. Now here we go. When you have time, you might as well just go ahead and get that deck. It's not called shuffling. If you say it's pile shuffling, you could send a judge into a fit
I know
of
so
shakes.
many people who would just have a fit there.
Yeah, you can't say it. You can say, but the thing is pile counting sounds more nefarious because I'm like saying I'm pile counting. It sounds like I'm up to something.
I'm counting the cards until I get to them.
He's just counting cards because then my
Going
thing is
to a
like
casino.
Yeah, so counting cards is definitely illegal. Pile shuffling, a judge just starts crying. You're like, I just made a judge cry. I like them. And I'm like, why did you say pile shuffling? You can't say that. So you are allowed to put your cards in piles. Just don't say why you're doing it. Just do it and never tell anyone why you're doing it. You should be okay. Just say, I like it. Okay. It soothes the mind.
It's good this way. Yes, yes.
It feels good to do. And I don't have any further explanation. I don't want to hurt anyone. But here we go. The clock is back on. And we are shuffling away on this game number 2. Freedom Gaming took the dub, or no, Sunflowers took the dub in game 1, right? No? Did Clara win?
Yes.
Yes. So Brohampton is trying to make it a Sunflower Illumineers sweep. But I bet Freedom Gaming, like the eagle sound of yours, sweeping in and hoping to help South Florida keep their title as the scariest place to play Lorcana in the state, or in the United States. South Florida, I don't think that's what they want to be called. It's the scariest place to play Lorcana. The best place? There we go. The best place to play Lorcana in the entire United States.
Yeah, just an eagle could come out of nowhere and steal your deck. Like, take you down.
A quick aside, when I was younger and I learned the Lord's Prayer, there's a line that is deliver us from evil. But my dad told me it was deliver us from eagles because he said in the Old Testament, eagles were a big problem. And I believed him for a little bit. Crazy dad business, but shout out to all the dads out there that are like, I'm a little bored. I'm going to do a little chaos as a treat.
I'm just going to mess with my kid for a little bit.
Deliver us from eagles. And honestly, fair.
Your dad's just like, she's going to say this in front of other people, and I am going to laugh at her.
One laugh is worth it for me. I feel alive. And yeah.
I can just give my child some trauma and a story to tell later.
Yeah, he's like, when she's in her 30s, she'll tell this story on a stream. I don't know what a stream is yet, but one person will get a kick out of it. But there we go. The 1-drop war is off. So we saw Brookhampton did lose the 1-drop war last time, but he still won the entire war. And now we are going to... He loses here, but he gets the ramp. So we'll see. Are we going to gasp in shock at the miss here? Oh, ain't gonna say
got it.
pass that.
Nope. Brookhampton is just one of those guys that likes to exert his ink for no reason at the end of his turn.
I like it. It's just like, listen, it's done. I'm exhausted. There we go.
I don't like it because then I'm going to be like, wait, why did we exert the other ink? Like,
Yes.
what else did we play?
You're the audit. You're like, wait, so what did you do? And the answer is nothing. He just wanted to have it all match. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and pass for that Clarabelle. Gets a nice cheeky little question. She's feeling kind of...
A nice little lore.
Here we go. Is it Cindy time?
It's Cindy time.
It is. So yeah, the battle commences and it wages on here. So are we going to see a Cinderella in response is the question du jour. We do know that Momentum has access to an enchanted Cinderella. So if you play an Cinderella in response, that is
it better be the enchanted one.
And I do believe that ink does not have to come in exerted. Now, it's at the end of your turn, but you do get to play.
Yeah, it does come in readied up. So if you're playing Mufasas and then characters that have come into play pay 2 ability characters in a format such as Heroic or Infinity, it could be relevant.
Could be.
Your Sapphire Amber Mufasa lists.
You never know when you're going to be playing Heroic with Mufasa. It could happen to anyone at any time, but not today, because we are doing all the beats. I said, all right, first step, 1-drop. Second step, your ramp on 2. Third step, Cindy ramp. And then your fourth step is who's going to start winning the Hades war. That's incoming. But now, I mean, they are doing it. I think the next thing is Momentum going to shift that cow into Big Cow. That is another interesting
terrifying
move here. It is, because then Brookhampton absolutely has to put it into overdrive. But that Cinderella can sing a nice little song by our beloved Maui.
What can I say except you're welcome? Oh, it's so scary!
Spooky. Spooky for what? He said, you will not. He said, you remember how you just said shift Clarabelle? How about you friggin' not do that? I'm going to play a 6-cost uninkable action exclusively to make sure you do not play Clarabelle. And in response, he says, I'm going to do it anyway. All right? I'll do it anyway. I'll pay full price. I don't even care. And he quests for 1, saying, I doubt your Cinderella will come at my Cinderella. But maybe. But it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's a rough answer. As chat said, like, it still ramps you up to the cow. The Clara cow.
Yeah. He's kind of, which one do you want? Do you want me to pay? And I mean, he has to use more ink here. He could have maybe done 2 things this turn if in another world. But either way, that cow is down. And it got that spooky sight out of his hand, which maybe he
lets you play the spooky sight as well as it prevents some singing shenanigans. Although Cinderella's there, so we still could have sang You're Welcome in the same turn. We had to do it, but it's not great.
You had to do it to him. Now, he did just go ahead and ink his second malicious, mean, and scary, which is very, very, it's not malicious, it's not mean, but it's definitely scary because that is something that he will need if he wants to go ahead and stall the end game of this deck. But in this case, he doesn't have an answer for that Clarabelle, but he has an answer.
Except you're welcome.
You're going to discard that duck. Well, you don't discard it. You put it back in your deck, shuffle, and then draw 2 cards.
Seems good when you have a Clarabelle in play.
Seems good. And yeah, I mean, normally it's a downside of like, oh, well, he's going to draw cards, which is kind of a downside, right? We've seen in this deck that pretty much all the cards are certified bangers. So you generally don't. Certified club bangers. But I don't know. It's kind of, you want to go ahead and, I don't know, getting rid of that Donald is a little scary, but at the same time, or drawing 2 cards is scary because in my mind it's 2 Hades, but maybe it's not.
Ooh.
Oh, another one. DJ Khaled. Insult to injury here. So now he's going to have 6 cards in hand at the end of the turn, which that means that Momentum gets to draw cards as well. But that is a little scary for me because him playing that spooky sight makes me think he didn't have the greatest hand of all time. So now he definitely has basically a full grip of hands after this move.
Full grip of hands. He's got hands there.
I am doing my best. I said I can't do 2 rounds, and that's why, folks. Folks, the Mucinex can only do so much, and it is his ass capacity. The DM has been tested. But here we go. He says, now I get to draw cards. But we're going to pass. And the good news is, while he has infinite cards, he doesn't have infinite ink. So there's only so much he can do. But if he Hades that Clarabelle, nobody will feel bad for him. And here we go. He inks that vision of the future. 7 ink. It smells like a Hades to me. It's not. It's Basil, which is fair. Now we'll go ahead and bounce that Clarabelle back to the hand, which is almost as good. He has to pay if he wants to get that Clow back in, and he passes his turn. Says, what do you got over there? Giving Reckless to that Basil is kind of a problem too, but because he wants to quest, and now he can't. He can sing though.
Yeah, it's like, who's it a problem for? And there you go. Look at that.
Wow.
Whew.
Sheesh.
Still not good enough to make me want to buy boosties again. I'm
so
on
shocked
the
that
singles game.
But okay, after you bought like a lot of boxes and pulled 3 enchanteds, folks, this is the 1% here. This is the wonder.
And I failed, so you don't have to.
The wonder. Wait, no, you pulled 3 enchanteds, right?
Yeah, and I lost money, and that is why I am no longer doing it.
I will learn nothing from that lesson. All I know is you got pretty cards, and that's what we're here for, folks. And now he's playing the bluff. He's saying, listen, I don't think you've inked 2 Malicious Mean and Scaries. Yeah, you've drawn a lot of cards. Yeah, so he's saying, I don't think you will, question mark, but I mean, there's a chance. If he does, it'd be very devastating for this wide board that he has developed. One of the wider boards we've seen in this mirror match. With 2 minutes left, this isn't sudden death, folks. We go to turns if we reach time, so they kind of either play a little fast here, or they're pretty much resigned to their fate that this is just going to be a draw.
You don't think momentum's gonna do it? I mean, all right, there's a world that if Bro Hamilton has nothing, we've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, but you have to have nothing for the rest of the game, which is pretty a big ask. Don't do anything. Don't have anything.
I want a DLC off that. I literally want a DLC off of that. So.
Everyone else, stop, okay?
It can happen. Like, you just got to get lucky. I
don't think that's what happened. I heard you play some games, but maybe you just said...
I got lucky one time, or I had to hope my opponent had... Well, I got more than once, but one of the times I got lucky, I just had to have my opponent not have it and not have it in, like, the dozen cards they were going to draw over a couple turns. And they didn't. But it does not look like...
But shout out for you for talking about how sometimes you do have a moment that goes well, because sometimes people are like, yeah, I was good all day. I'm like, yeah, you're good, and you had a little bit of lady look on your side. Mostly good. Wait, don't they say success is where hard work meets... No, luck meets preparation? Something like that?
Something.
You gotta have both. You need both. You can't have one or the other. You gotta have both.
You have to get plenty of luck and be good enough to know how to use it.
Yes, yeah. And then once you're in that position, then you don't squander it. Because I have squandered many lucky fortuitous positions in my life where I'm like, oh no, I'm scared. But here we go. We are at 55 seconds left doing your welcome triggers. We don't have time for that, guys. Go faster, go faster. But the turns will start shortly. He sends, let's see here. Singing that you're welcome makes that poor detective rodent not have to do any challenging here, for he is now exerted, and we'll go ahead and do a spooky set, which does get, it gets 50% of the board is gone, plus that you're welcome. So that cleaned up quite a lot. And we said as long as he does nothing, he did the opposite of nothing. He got rid of
everything.
Yes, 3 out of 5 characters are gone. So infinite ink, but not infinite time.
I have things that say winner, but I don't have anything that says tie.
All right. Well, I think people get it. You know, you have many minutes, because to be fair, when we go to turns in Sapphire turns can last the better half of your lifetime. So
I mean, I could make something that says it, but do I want to?
Do you just sing Malicious Mean and Scary just for fun?
Yes.
Why? Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. He did. Okay, sorry. I thought I didn't think he dealt the damage for some reason. I thought I got around it somehow. I'm like, what happened? But no, it did. And then he goes out and Prince Phillips. So now he just needs that thing to happen again, where he's like, I could win if Bro Hamilton never does anything again, starting now. And we are on turn 1, I believe. So for people who don't know how overtime works, we do not have sudden banishment in this world. We have
Sudden banishment.
Yeah, I've been banished suddenly. It's very scary. We are just going to go ahead and have 5 turns. And if somebody wins in those 5 turns, you win. But if nobody wins, it's a draw. And here we go. I think he's still on turn 1. So when he passes, that'll be... Wait, no. Is it turn 1 when the clock strikes?
When the clock strikes, it's turn 0.
Okay, so now we'll pass to turn 1.
So basically, each person gets kind of a third, or like 3 turns. Although the person is already in their turn when the clock strikes is one of them.
Which Cinderella's like, the clock strikes. That's my thing. Oh my gosh. So he goes ahead. He plays a Basil, bounces, and then goes ahead and drops down a Clarabelle, threatening that shift. And that was the fastest turn one I've ever seen in my life. That was crazy.
Now he's playing fast.
Yeah. Why are we doing that? I like it though. To be fair, they know what they're able to do. And Brahmington said, this is the turn I'm going to do. I have looked at my cards and I'm going to do it. And here we go. We are on turn 2 here, starting with the Hades, probably on to, here we go, Clarabelle.
Yeah.
Or not Clarabelle, the Basil Bell.
The Basil Bell. Basil Bell? Basil Bell.
Beelzebub. And here we go. We've got the pass. No, he's taking his time. There's not really a reason to go fast, but I like that they are. They're like, listen, we have families, okay? We have stuff to do. We're going to go ahead and quest by 2 Cindy's, get up to 10. Maybe he just get to 8. Maybe he's already at 6, and that was just a cheeky. I don't know what's going on. I just work here. I got the uniform on. ICL. Shout out to Commissioner Rod Gaston of Impact TCG. It's a cool shirt. You can get yours by joining the ICL and hanging out for a long time. Takes a while. I don't know if everyone even has one.
No.
No, okay, so it's not guaranteed. Results not guaranteed. Really, things have to align very well to get this shirt, and it worked for me. So follow my Metafy on how to get the shirt. And here we go. One of the Cinderellas down into
$500 in lessons, and I'll mail you one.
Yeah, right. I'll mail you this shirt. Honestly, for $500, I'll give you guys this shirt. Not a problem. I'm pretty
Cut
broke.
it up into a piece so everyone gets one piece of the shirt, since so many people
don't
want to pay money.
Yeah. All right. We're talking. All right. So we still are pretty far from the win here, but he is able to get some answers down. And he goes ahead, challenges into one of the 2 Cinderellas, saying, listen, Allure is Allure, and I will go ahead and settle the score. He knows he's not going to win, but he can stop momentum from winning. Thank you.
Allure is Allure, and I'll settle the score.
I know, it's fun. It's fun, y'all. But here we go. That Clarabelle bouncing back to the hand. Does he have enough here? With 1, 2, 3... No, I mean, this is his last turn, so...
If this is the last turn, no. If he has another turn, he could.
Yeah, some might call this the good game. Yeah, and I think it would have been one. Yeah, I think that would be his last one. So maybe he knows something I don't. He plays Sleepy's Flute. But I think I got to get my Discord button ready. I'm going to use that this time. Ugh. But I think this is a draw Rooney. A draw Skuski.
Why are we busting out the Sleepy Flutes?
Oh, because Sleepy Flutes, we know when we love them, and that could win the game. Right, guys? If we had Sleepy Flute, think what could happen. Oh, man. Oh, man. But now it's sleepy. We're about to be sleepy as we are all yawning. We're thinking about our favorite dwarf. See you later. Is that Sleepy? Yeah, he's here. But, okay, who's doing this? Is this you? Is Jeepus here? Okay, I was like, is Jeepus doing this? Is Jeepus doing this? Jeepus is my favorite card switcher. If anybody's ever looking for...
I see how it is.
He is really, Jeepus is a way. He's turned card readers as winner. We're both winners, which means no one's a winner. But we'll go ahead and jump into the group here and do a little chitty chat about what just was inspired.
Chitty chat.
I don't know how you would have got out of this one, honestly.
I mean,
this last match, I don't see how.
But I had combo in hand, so I can combo your board and just. I mean that's the end of it.
Yeah, but
all
I
right,
had so
stop
much.
swearing, boys. You're on live television. Just kidding. But That was quite a match. Of all the mirror matches, that was definitely one of them. But you guys definitely were slugging it out and trying to have answers here. So we will start with you, Ken, who is the half winner, half loser here of the tie. And you had to ink 2 Malicious Mean Scaries and a Prince Philip. How did that feel in that last game? And did you think there was a way forward once you had to do those inking?
I mean, like, it's definitely tough whenever you have to ink combos early game, but you draw so much and you look so much at so many cards that, like, inking 2 Malicious Mean Scaries at the start when 1 Philip isn't the end of the world, because typically all you need to see is just 1 full combo and it's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw that you guys both had the answers to each other's problems. So we'll also go over to you, Momentum. In that game 3, did you see there was a path forward? Is it definitely one of those things where with this deck it can be very hard to win quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty well handedly in it, but it's just time, sometimes that gets in the way with a deck like this, especially in a mirror match like this. So, I'll take it. Bro Hamilton's a great player, and pretty much almost identical to his deck. So he's got to get some credit for that. So yeah, it's great match. I wish we could have. I don't like ties, but it is what it is. I'm a competitive guy. But it was great matches.
Now we do have a question in the chat, Bro Hamilton. You can abstain from asking this, but I think your list is public from tonight, and your list was definitely public on Saturday. Did you make any changes from Saturday and the run that you had to second place between now and tonight?
Yeah, so I did change the deck up just a little bit, not too much from my original list from Saturday. The only difference I made was I cut the 4 Develop Your Brains for more top-end stuff. So I opted for 4 Basil, and I believe, let me check. I know for sure I went up to 4 Basil and... because the one thing that I realized at the Sharp Gaming thing is, like, if Blue Steel has more top end stuff than you, it's very hard to deal with, unless you can combo them maybe 2 to 3 times in a game, which isn't unlikely, but it's not super likely. I also added a 1 jump ahead, because like my game 3 on Saturday, I missed turn 2 ramp, and the game was over as soon as I did that.
Do you feel confident in if the meta shifts to more mirror matches like this? Do you think those are good changes, or do you feel confident on how it played into this match, or were there cards that you missed in this specific matchup?
So in the mirror match, Develop Your Brain is definitely a good card due to it allowing you to dig for more answers to what your opponent's trying to do. And if I'm anticipating more mirror matches, I'm probably also putting in like Mother Knows Best, because it's better to Mother Knows Best your opponent's 1 or 3 drop Clarabelle opposed to your welcoming it and giving them 2 cards when you have no Clarabelle in hand.
Mm-hmm. And you can Mother Knows Best your own card also. It's great for Hades and some of the other. Yeah,
I agree with what Mike just said.
Nice. I mean, Luke, you said you played this deck a little bit. Do you have any questions for Mike on his build, or also go ahead and...
Well, I played the set 9 version, so I did say that, like, I'm not playing. Like, there was a few times that I was like, oh, why didn't you do that? And like, oh yeah, because of this. We were discussing you quested with the Prince Philip, and it's just like, oh well, he expected the combo to come down on the other side, so he's obviously going to turn it sideways to get the lore in while you could. Did you play this version in the last set as well? Do you like it more in this one? Do you think the Prince Philip combo just makes it that much better, or do you think it's not that much better than Other Sea?
I think that the set 10 iteration of this deck is phenomenal. Best deck in format is just up to speculation. Everybody's going to believe what they want to believe. I think the deck is very consistent. But there are some people that it's just not their play style, so I mean, it's completely fine.
No, that makes sense. And I mean, I think it's interesting that this weekend you guys were kind of the bold pioneers, being like, all right, guys, we'll duke it out. But it was kind of a small sample size. And I think there's going to be a lot to come as far as what is the best deck. But I think this will definitely be in the contenders here. So I mean, this is a draw, which means either of you guys lost. So that's the good news. But we can't say congratulations to either of you either. So it's kind of like you did it. And that's. If you're gonna have a draw, I think. So how far are we along in the season, Luke? Are we at the midpoint now? Right? Maybe.
Well, yesterday was our halfway point. When we finished last night's, we were exactly 4.5 rounds finished out of 9 rounds. So some teams have had their off week, some have not. If you've already had your off week, then you've got 4 more rounds to get it. If you haven't had your off week, you're probably already past your halfway and you still need to lock in. I know my team needs to, and spoilers, they're not off to a great start today, sadly.
Oh no! Well, the thing is listen, sometimes you're locked in, sometimes you're locked out, but no matter what, we still like it here at the ICL. And you guys both locked in and showed us that this deck is going to be one that we will see throughout set 10. So we'll go ahead and do shout outs. Mike, Momentum, Mr. Momentum. Well, do you have any shout outs or anything you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Shout out to my team, Freedom Gaming, Joey Autoveggio, and John Viveros, Sisu, and Brian, and our subs, Solo Falcon, and Alex. Shout out to my wife for letting me take some time out to play. It's been a very busy week. I haven't had time to really test a lot. I will say I'm going to make some spice. I got some ideas, and it may stay with this color combination or not. I will not say, but yeah, I think there's still a lot to be discovered in this set. I think we're just brushing the surface.
That's very fun. We went from a very, very solved meta to now we're just like, listen, guys, we're just starting. So I'm excited to see you back. So we'll go over to you, Ken. Any shout outs or goodbyes you'd like to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to my wife who has taken our son to soccer practice tonight so I could play a card game in my spare time. But also I want to shout out Dual Spec, the sleeves that we use. And I want to shout out, you guys here at the ICL and the judges, all the work that you guys do.
Yeah.
Of course, shout out Sunflower Illumineers. Without them, my deck brewing would be suboptimal. They give me a lot of constructive feedback and tell me when ideas are bad.
Well, with
That's what teammates are for.
Yeah, absolutely.
To keep you happy and to also say boo, but in a nice way.
I mean, she's your wife's been in chat cheering you on, so
yeah.
While she might have taken him to practice, she's been watching on the phone.
Yeah, she's a real one, dude.
Well, to be fair, this is more fun. What are the kids gonna do? The kids are gonna top deck a Hades. They just play. Well, thank you both very much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and we'll go ahead and jump back into the booth.
Thank you.
I'm back, and that was very fun. I think that's a matchup we are absolutely going to see a lot. So I'm excited. I'm scared. I don't know. I mean, now we know. We've seen 2 mirrors. Will the third one be a mirror? I don't. But I'm gonna go blow my nose. And that's the thing. I honestly, I have the power to look up the deck list, and now I don't want to. It's so fun to be surprised by these matches. And surprised I was. But I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to bring back in. We're going to have one sick person. Guys, this is a sick person meta, but we can't. This is virtual. That's the beauty of virtual is all of us are staying so separate that none of us will get each other sick. We're just already sick. So I'll turn into Garrick in 3, 2, 1. Did it happen?
Well, you're not going to. Garrick's still hidden.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's here in
all right,
3,
2, 1.
Oh, baby. They didn't even cue me in. I just was ready. They didn't even know if I was sitting here or not. I could have just been a nobody. They just threw me in there. And I've been kind of waiting in the wings, watching the games happen. And Garrick, first, I got to say, I hope you feel better. I see over there you're still having your flu game. You're still going through the signs and symptoms of an ailment. Listen. I gotta put out the JDZ Quest Proof Metafy to how to not get sick at these events.
Yeah, I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know how I'm pretty sure this is somehow still from Milwaukee. I don't know what's going on. Dude.
Let me tell you, man, it's all about that hand sanitizer. It's all about that vitamin C. It's all about washing your hands. It's all about steering clear. You got to stay vigilant. You got to watch someone displaying signs and symptoms of sickness and get away from those people, Garrick. You got to watch them. Yes, that's the meta.
I was shaking too many hands, giving too many hugs.
You can do that, but immediately go back to the hand sanitizer.
I was sharing drinks with people.
That's wild and crazy. Now you're tripping, dude.
At post-game celebrations out on the town.
Doing rabble rousing and just open mouth bottle sharing. Can't do it, Garrett. Can't do it. But we are here in the all important round number 3 as we got to draw. And I got to say another thing, Garrett. Emerald and Sapphire mirror match. Gotta ban them, huh? Get them out of there.
Got to. If we see it happen, we see them.
Yeah.
Luke, you see them before they happen. We got to say, hey, we got to switch. Somebody's got to go round 1 or round 3 here. You can't match these two. Round 2. But we did get 2 mirror matches so far. We could get a third one here in round number 3. I hope not.
Same. I like a good mirror match, but sometimes these mirror matches can be extremely volatile. And I'm still in my research and discovery phase here of this Whispers in the Well meta. I want somebody to blow my mind, huh?
Yeah.
I want somebody to get into the spice bag and start cooking out here and showing what we can do. I'd like to see that. A little bit more of a little cookeration, perhaps, mayhaps.
Yeah, Clara was doing that round 1 with the Whispers.
Yeah, she was getting loose. That seemed like almost like a pure whisper deck with a blessed bagpipes was in the build, and you had a lot of different boost synergies taking place. So I think that could be an absolute vibe as we were getting prepared for round number 3. You guys are not missing any action. The players are still shuffling up and getting loose. But Garrick, what are you looking for in this matchup? I mean, what do you think we're going to see? I haven't looked at the deck list. I don't think we've seen any Sapphire Steel yet. So maybe we see a little bit of that.
I was about to say we're probably guaranteed to see some Sapphire Steel. Could see some Amethyst Steel. I think we're going to see Steel.
Yeah, I think Steel is going to be on the menu. And I was playing a little bit of Sapphire Steel today. I was getting torn apart. So it was not going well for me. But I'm back in the lab. I think I found some of the elements of the deck, and I got some of the concoctions going. But I think the players are ready, and so are we. On your right, we have Sisu from Freedom Gaming. On your left, we have Amadeus. Both of these Illumineers are rocking their patent pending mats as Araja is down in the inkwell, and it looks like we got a little bit of dogs.
We could be in the circle of life. Could be singing a little bit of that.
I'm down with it. We got a chance to see a little bit of that this weekend. Maybe Amadeus is taking some of that Gabe golfer synergy and trying to bring it to the ICL as Sisu is getting aggressive. I don't think I've ever seen this Illumineer rocking an aggro strategy.
Yeah, this deck is still viable 100%. I played it yesterday in the ICL off stream, was able to get a quick 2-0. Sometimes you can just be too fast, but we see a Raja come down on turn number 2, 3-4 with a bodyguard. This Tiger is vicious.
I like this Tiger a lot. The addition that this Tiger adds to these Amber strategies, especially when you couple that with that new Mickey Mouse card that we might see a little bit later on, if he's indeed playing that Under the Sea Circle of Life strat. This guy's got 3-4 stat line as well. Incredible addition to this strategy. But Sisu's not going to carry. He's going to get his quest on, trying to run him down there.
This might not be dogs anymore. This might just be the whole zoo. As we have cats, we have dogs. We've got Prince Philip riding a horse.
He's a zookeeper. We might have there's some cows in there.
Yeah,
they got it all. You're right. This is a zoo deck. I like that. Lock it in. Garrick just got the whole circle of life. You got animals in there as well. You got the whole Pride Land. Pride Lands. Thoughts?
We just could be.
There it is as now, but you got to make something happen because these Daisy Ducks are doing dastardly deeds to your hitbox right now. As we got 2 of them on the board side by side with a Aurora who's staring down your whole spot, and you need to make something happen here quick there, Amadeus. Let's see those cool cards come together. I'd like to see that Mickey get into an Under the Sea here to kind of keep this game alive and well.
Yeah, we did see a Troubadour go into the Inkwell for Sisu. Hopefully they're able to hit that 3-drop and have that strength of Raging Fire. But if this is an Emerald Amber strategy, you have to be aware of the Ursula.
Ooh. Yeah, just like it queued up, Garrick. And she will hit the big whifferino, but we see that Mowgli there probably going to play a little bit of spoiler to the Under the Sea if in fact Amadeus is trying to set up a potential Under the Sea sing together situation, as we have the Roger who's a 3, Ursula's a 2, Pluto's a 1. You're still not quite there yet to get that done. So maybe you hold the Mowgli?
Yeah, not quite at this point. I was talking to Sky about this list, and he's calling it Mowgli Mondays. We're off the Truby Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Mowgli Monday meta, as Bobby Zimmerowski's going to come down. We're going to do a little cycling. Maybe we'll see a big character hit the discard pile here.
That's when I'm a panic. That's when I panic. I really start to panic when I see the ability to have 8 characters to be able to sing that Circle of Life. That's when I'm really freaking out, as we will go ahead and kick. I don't know. So right now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're still not quite there yet. You're 1 off, as that Huey is going to go through, really indicating that this is that Circle of Life type strategy. I'd like to see these Circle of Life players start working in that shift Pluto as well. If you're going to do all this Pluto stuff, to just really help with your strat a little bit.
Yeah, this got to be a zoo deck. I mean, there's a mouse in the inkwell, there's a duck in the discard pile, and Ursula is some kind of octopus sea creature.
A squid, if you will, some type of decapod maybe, or some type of other sea anemone. I don't know what she is there. I think she's some kind of, is she a crustacean? No, she's definitely a squid. She's a squid of some sort, has double daisy quest. This deck does play a lot of action, so maybe you might get lucky here, and it seems like you will not, as Scar is going to be added. And then I believe
who knows what that was.
I want to say it was the Amber Prince, maybe. I don't know. I couldn't quite see it. The glare got us shining ever so brightly off of that beautiful sunflower there. Both these Illumineers are rocking their team mats like that. A little bit of sportsmanship and spree decor, if you will.
My team always gets on me for not using mine.
That's unsaid. I throw your buttocks off the team. Almost said an inappropriate word there, but you be sitting on the bench, big dog. If you're not rocking these team colors, you're out of here, is what I'd say.
I like using the mats with the Disney characters on them.
Put some Disney characters on the team mat then. Let's figure that out. As Strength of a Raging Fire is going to be manually played. Okay,
yeah, that's not what you want to do, I don't think.
You got to get that Pluto off. I mean, I guess you are theoretically threatening the shift here, but I don't think you're going to be playing around the shift. Maybe just want to get that body off the board because he was doing some immense damage to you. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that you couldn't get a singer down onto the board to sing that song for you on the next turn. Had to do it the old-fashioned way, as Amadeus is going to get us started here on their turn number 4. This has been a little bit of a slower start for the Circle of Life deck. They can really get off to a rip-roaring fast start and just get a big body down very quickly, but here's Scar.
We will throw that Scar down now, and like you said, those big bodies do come flowing. You do have the ability to send a tramp now if you're able to maintain your board. But it looks like Ursula and Raja may have to engage in fisticuffs here to take down these double daisy ducks, because they are questing quite aggressively. You're already at 6 lore for Sisu, so now doing a little bit of board clearing, and that Scar is also going to help you gain a card there. I believe you got to draw from that damage and then the challenge. I like that play a lot.
Yeah, Scar's really interesting. It's a 4/2, that quest for 1 with Ward. Whenever one of your characters challenges a damaged character, you may draw a card. So normally you would think this card would be great in Steel, but with the addition of Malicious, Mean, and Scary, Emerald decks now have a really efficient way to put 1 damage on every other character on the opposite side of the board, and can surprise these decks with a Scar and draw a lot of cards. As Mowgli comes down, we're going to check out the hand on the side of Amadeus. Do we hit?
And we do not. Oh, wow. So you are all charactered up right now. You do have your own Mowgli that you can deploy in response to check your opposition hand, maybe to snab a Strength of Raging Fire or the like, but more than likely that Mowgli will not hit anything, as we are in these Mowgli wars. What do you think about these Mowgli wars we're in now, as the meta has changed a bit?
Yeah, Mowgli, a really, really interesting card, a really powerful card, I think, against Sapphire decks as well. You can put them off of their game plan, take a sail or something like that. or a vision of the future. If they have to keep something else in their hand, you can throw off how they were going to ink throughout the game. Can just be very disruptive. As Tiana comes down, she says, I'm not done. I'm still serving in the restaurant.
What do you think? Oh no, Tiana. I thought she'd be kind of phased out. I remember during the reveals and they were showing, oh, and look at that. I believe that was the This Is My Family, I want to say, is going to be going down to the bottom of the deck. So Daisy is going to get a trigger and miss for the first time in her life, it seems. But I'm telling you, it seemed like they were like, oh, Tiana's gone, aggro's gone, but it seems like aggro is totally fine in this metagame.
Yeah, aggro's definitely can stick around. You need much more protection. The problem is now you're playing Mowgli's. Mowgli doesn't quest for 2, unlike the characters you're probably taking out of the deck for him. But if he removes all of the removal from your opponent's hand, then you're feeling pretty good, as we're going to challenge in and then challenge in again to draw a card off of the Scar.
Scar putting in some serious quality work. I think you have another Scar, and that is a dangerous sign for Sisu here. If you get a double warded singer up, that really can sing all the ballads you have. I'm super afraid of an Under the Sea. I don't know how many copies these Illumineers are playing in these decks these days. You've seen Under the Sea kind of come and go as this very threatening Mickey Mouse that we spoke about earlier, Garrick. He's on the board. He's going to be able to give +2 willpower to all of your Amber characters. And also, if you have 2 Amber characters on the board, Mickey Mouse can now sing an 8-call song solo, which I think this card is very powerful. And I think by the time this set is going to come to an end, he's going to be there as one of the more premier cards once people figure out this thing.
Yeah, definitely coming out of the gate as one of the stronger champions of the ink colors that we've seen get play thus far, as the Bobby challenges in, followed by the Scar, which allowed Amadeus to draw an additional card. We're going to take a look at the hand again with Mowgli. Do we hit this time? No.
Wow.
We see a lot of terrifying things.
That is a very, very good hand. But at the same time, it's very unlikely that you have not had a song or action yet, or any type of non-character card yet. That's kind of a very unfortunate situation for Amadeus here, who is probably looking for a big tramp right now. Big tramp with all these characters in board and all these cards in hand could just be devastation, even though Sisu is more than willing to just run the race here in this spot. You got a lot of lore on board and a lot of lore on your life total there. You're sitting at 12 already. Just a few turns away with this Nala there from getting to 20. So the stare down starts. You need a tramp here. I think you might be in trouble here if you're Amadeus.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble not having any removal immediately available. I mean, you can just go ahead and pay the Tiana tax and get rid of Tiana and Mowgli, but you still are staring down the Nala on the opposite side of the board, and she can get things going really quickly. We are going to pay that tax and do a trade with the Scar.
That definitely does feel bad. You can continue to clean up the board a little bit. Taking down this Mowgli as well. You can probably get him quite easily with this Raja, and then you can just start to quest yourself. But you really need to apply a little bit more pressure, and maybe hopefully you get a good top deck, and maybe that tramp can come. You can sing your Under the Sea and really start snowballing. But I think Sisu is more than willing to kind of sit here and play this game and just keep questing, and then do the whole card by card situation. I call it a fight for your right. No, just try to grind it out and just get a little lore each turn.
Yeah. Hopefully able to follow up Amadeus's turn with a couple more 2 questers, and then just sit and pray that Amadeus does not find that board clear, as Mowgli's going to come down and take a look at the hand. Unless there's nothing in hand.
There's nothing. I think he might be rubbing palms together right now. Raja is entering into the challenge mode. We'll take out that Mowgli. Raja is going to have a increased willpower due to that Mickey Mouse ability. Now Sisu threatening 3-4 coming back at you next turn. That'll get you up to 16, but you might get to the point where you just run out of steam there, as all of the momentum is kind of leaning towards Amadeus. Now Sisu is going to need a Dock Bolt Knight, I believe. Off the top, did you get it?
Exerting 4 for a Rhino. Rhino
Okay.
coming down onto the board can help you fight a little bit, but you want to win a race here, and Rhino makes things, I guess, a little bit easier clearing emerald characters, but with that Mickey Mouse Amber champion, these amber characters are going to be really, really sticky.
And I still think Sisu might have to get to the point where you're just going to play this stand him up or quest him out kind of game. Let's see. Maybe you just quest this Nala and this Mowgli. Get your 4 right now while you can. And then hope that that power hamster is going to be good enough to just try to saddle him up and push him on to victory. Because Undersea would just be devastating if you try to stand and defend right now. So I think Sisu agrees. And we're just going to go for 3 while we can. Get up to 15. I send that Mowgli as well. Let's get up to 16, and then we can feel comfortable with our potential 2 lore coming back next turn. But Sisu disagrees. We're going to keep that Mowgli standing up right and active. But Tramp here, Tramp into a malicious, mean, and scary under the sea. It's a lot of things that can go wrong here, but you need Tramp like yesterday if you are Amadeus.
Yeah, for sure. But you do have characters on board that can remove this Nala, and there is not game on the opposite side of the board, and your board is extremely wide.
And we'll still just hoping, still no Tramp though. So that's not a good sign, as we will bring out that Surfer Stitch, who may be able to just manually find one of your powerful songs that you can get to. Ideally under the sea. You'll even take the malicious, mean, and scary, but you will find the under the sea, and there it is. Right on time. That Mowgli lore will just be missed forever. But now here we are with this power hamster. Is he going to be good enough to get you to the finish line? I don't think so, but he's definitely going to be a chance. Give yourself a chance.
Yeah, his team got him to an early lead in the relay race. But the Circle of Life, the Zoo deck, the Pride Lands are catching up because they run in a pack, as Rhino is running this race solo right now.
And obviously, and Mowgli is also a wolf, bear, panther cub man. He's not no man, dude. He's a man cub. So he also fits in with the zoo theme there. All animals in this deck. And now Sisu has to make something happen here. Got to see a cool play. How much lore is on the other side? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a game on board. Power Hamster is going to have to engage in fisticuffs in order to stick around. But this is looking pretty good for Amadeus now, who has completely regained control and captured the imagination of this game, as Sisu would agree. And we'll just take it right on to Scoop Town and get on in game number 2. But this matchup is a matchup that we have not seen very much. Aggro versus the new Under the Sea way. What do you think about this deck, Garrett, overall? Under the Sea deck.
It's very powerful. I like what it does. It has a lot of ways to... It's got a lot of things that your opponent has to play around and constantly think about. There are so many weird little tricks and nuances to the deck that I think makes it really unique. It's not as linear as most of these decks that we've seen, especially in the last set. It can do a whole bunch of different things really, really early on. Like I was saying, it can play big characters. It can sing big songs really early and make things really difficult to play into. I mean, that game, it felt like if Sisu played a 3-cost character on 3 and sang strength on 4, probably gets over the finish line. I think that might have been the difference, but we'll see if they're able to get off to a little bit of a more consistent start here and hit that 1, 2, 3 sing strength, which is what you want to do with this deck.
I like it. I like the analysis coming in from Garrick, sick and all, man. What were some of your symptoms? What was the debilitating sickness that you have been suffering from?
Just a crazy cough, a really bad cough for the past week. Kind of lost my voice there. I still have the cough, still not 100%, but hit the doctor because I was like, this cough is crazy. I never had anything like this in my life. No flu, no COVID, no strep throat. So who knows what it was? Maybe just a cold. I don't know.
Just getting up and getting down with the sickness. I take it.
Something.
Something like that. Okay. Okay. Well, I hope you feel better, man. And we like to see you back at it again. I'm glad you're still sacrificing some of your health and wealth to be here with us here on the ICL. You are truly appreciated.
Gotta stay ready.
You got to stay locked in, dude. You got to dig deep. You really got to start washing them hands. I need more sanitation there. We gotta start washing them hands, dude. You gotta start masking up. I'm telling you, man, getting sick is something.
You saved my life at Gen Con for sure, because you were hitting me with the Vitamin C. I was like, let me get some of that, please.
I'm trying to tell you, dude, I do not like getting sick, but I love going out in public. So being out in public and getting sick go hand in hand. I hate being sick, so I'm going to be straight up germaphobe central, dude. I mean, I saw one of these Illumineers at Sharp Gaming. He had a slight cough. Canceled the interview. You're done. You're not coming in. You're done.
Out of here.
I'm so sorry. You're just absolutely not going to come near me. I do apologize. So it is what it is. We do what we got to do as we continue to go on. But going on into this game number 2, Sisu on the play. I expect him to come out early, hit the gas pedal early. Let's develop a ton of these 1 cost 2 quest and characters. Maybe we can get that curve that you lined up. Maybe get a Nala on 2, some formidable character on 3, and let's get a Strength of Raging Fire, and let's see if we can slow Amadeus down. But like I said, this Amadeus is this deck, this Emerald and Amber Under the Sea Circle of Life deck. I believe that it has the ability to play through those things, and Ursula Deceiver is going to come through on 2, or maybe when there's a threat for a Strength of Raging Fire, so you might have to top deck it. So it's a very complex situation.
Yeah, 100%. Rhino, I think, helps a little bit, can challenge into these characters that need to be exerted to help ramp, as it were. Pluto and Huey, I believe, are the 2 cards that do that in this strategy. So Rhino can help you fight for the board in that way, and also dodges Under the Sea.
Yeah, the Shift Rhino, I think you might have to lean heavy on the Shift Rhino to help support you in that early game. Maybe if you get it down on 2, it just helps stabilize the board in the interim. But he will also fall susceptible to the Malicious Mean and Scary Stuff. That combination is probably going to haunt this entire community, the entire game for the next foreseeable future. I think that combination will be around following the next rotation as well. So that's really something to think about. So maybe even for the next 2 years of this game, you're going to have to be dealing with those 2 cards in harmony, and I don't know if I can support that. We got to figure out a way to combat those 2 cards together.
Yeah, printing that card was pretty malicious, mean, and scary on the part of Ravensburger.
It was ridiculous, rude, and rough, dude. Is what it was. The Triple R, Rough Riders out there. I don't know what they were doing when they thought of that one, but I guess they got to let him cook, man. You got to let it slide through, as the Power Hamster is going to come on in with that little quest, just like you talked about, Garrick, having him installed in the board early, just to be able to take out those questers, take out those singers, contest it, and then be able to accelerate your lore total as well. I think he's a slam dunk in this matchup. Great priority there.
We're going double Bobbies here. We need to do some hand fixing, and we sent a Pluto into the inkwell. There's the Stitch, so signaling that we could have that Circle of Life coming down sooner rather than later this game.
Let's see it. Triple Bobbies in triplicate coming through early. I believe that is they look at this. This is my family. I get those cards mixed up all the time. Look at this family. Look at this family? What is that card in the inkwell there? I believe that's a 7-cost song that lets you get characters from your deck or something. It's like a giant Be Our Guest. This is my family. Look at this family. Family Madrigal. I get them all mixed up.
It's Look at This Family.
Okay.
Originally printed in Ursula's Return. I sing together 2 song. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 2 character cards. Put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order.
Nailed it. Nailed it. I'm proud of myself. I got that one. I actually saw that from a little glimmer, if you will, as these Bobby Zemaruskis are staring down their fate with this Power Hamster not really able to do anything right now, as more ink is being deployed. There is the dock.
You hate to see that. The tempo dock coming down here on turn number, not 2, number 3.
Yeah.
We did not ink. It doesn't look like we're going to. Things are troublesome on the side of Sisu. I guess you must have a bunch of uninkables If you're fully docked up, if there's like 3 docks in your hand, like you would think at least something you could play on that turn, right? Or ink something. Yeah, could be Tiana's.
Tiana's and Nala's, and I guess you play the Nala there if
play
you
Nala. It's
had
got to
it.
be Tiana's and docks.
Yeah,
right?
You're just dock blocked, dude. You're just docked up, all docked up on a Tuesday with nowhere to go, man. You hate to see it, even though it's Wednesday. But Amadeus is bobbied up though. So granted, your dock hand and your hand is clearly jammed and unplayable. But looking at your opposition side, they're not really doing anything to you either. So that has to be a sign of comfort that you're not getting annihilated here, as you are completely docked into the stratosphere. It seems if he plays another dock next turn, we just cut the stream off, huh?
Hopefully draws an inkable. If he draws an uninkable, hopefully it's Nala.
Yeah,
because this is tragic. You got off to that good start.
We'll get a chance to see. And yeah, we had a fire the cannon, we had a dock, we had a Tiana, and we have the strength of a raging fire. So you will lose one of these cards, as Mowgli will force the fire the cannons to get ripped. So the Tiana, the strength, you just did not want to ink that strength of the raging fire. Interesting. Would you have thrown the ink there and just sent Nala in that spot?
I think I would have inked strength of raging fire, played Tiana for sure. Right now the Tiana seems very safe. She's going to get a few quests off. You have fire the cannons in your back pocket as well.
But now you're in this weird spot where you almost have to play the strength next turn, because if Ursula comes down, you're going to look like the biggest rube in the universe. You can't keep it now. You got to ink it now, I guess. Ink it and play the Tiana now, which you could have done and saved yourself a little bit of headache and heartache or whatever. So interesting development coming in from Sisu, who you got to make these decisions. You got to rig it, you ride it, as we will play the Nala. So we didn't get another ink. And do you have the gumption to ink this strength of raging fire right now, or are you a gambling man? Or maybe just sing it and blast something here.
I don't know. There's not really anything you really want to hit.
Yeah,
it just feels like super low value. Like if you just got rid of it, played Tiana last turn, now you play Nala this turn, I think you're feeling a lot better. But
for sure,
these are the risks that you take. I also like you pulling out Rube. Shout out Hannibal Lecter. That was the last time I believe that word was spoken.
Oh no. Dang, man. That is wild. I'm sorry, man. You got to be a rube. Sometimes people are rubes, dude. That's a good word. I like that word. It's not that rude. I mean, it's not that rude.
No.
I don't think.
I'm not saying it's rude. I'm just saying, shout out for you pulling that one out.
Which movie did he say that in? Was it Silence of the Lambs? Did he drop that one? I like that movie, man.
Says it to Clarice. You look like a rube.
That movie's great, man. That movie's pretty good. It's kind of goated. And we do ink the Ursula. A Reuben sandwich? Oh no, not a Reuben sandwich. But he and honestly, he did have the Ursula too, Gary. So I think you had to do what he did there.
Yeah.
As this is getting a little weird now. Not really, a little strange, as we have that Mickey Mouse up, who is threatening to potentially just sing a high cost song out of nowhere. You have to be super careful when that Mickey's around. He's always clowning this Mickey Mouse guy. But we're counting. Maybe we're thinking about questing these Bobbies and Maruskis here.
It's good to see Mickey Mouse in the meta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy is he's the Disney character, right? And he
has
had like one semi-playable card, the Sticky Mickey from Shimmering Skies, has never had like a broken tier 1 card. I feel like we need to fix that.
Yeah, I concur with you mightily. I have said that multiple times. I feel the fact that I think all the broken cards should either be princesses or some of the big 6, and that's it. Like we should stop with all the madness, dude. Let's be real. Let's go back to our home, man. Let's get our base figured out and let's make that a reality. But I agree with you 1000%, as Amadeus is in the thought vault here, thinking long and hard, possibly trying to send these Bobbies on a challenge, but electing not to overall, passing back on over to Sisu, who has kind of played out of this terrible situation. If you can manage to draw some ink, you can be in a good spot here. Get that Tiana up, and then you start to quest, but now you're getting into under the sea type territory, and Amadeus still has never played one of those big tramps. You're waiting on that big tramp to come through.
Yeah. Right now, not too worried about Under the Sea, I don't think. Amadeus would have to have Under the Sea plus 2 other Amber characters he could play on next turn to sing it. So I think you're at least a couple turns away from that if you can have a timely Mowgli or a timely Pete, but we'll see what happens here. Sisu not immediately inking and playing the Tiana, so mulling something over here. Oh, got another strength. Inks that one. Does get the Tiana out now, and I think, yeah, let's just go ahead and quest it up to 11.
Gas. That Mickey Mouse, I believe, is a 2/4. I want to say, so he's not going to be able to engage with the Nala, and neither can or 2/5, excuse me, and neither can any of those Bobbies and Maruskis with her. Actually, no, the Mickey could put 1 damage on, and then the rest of the Bobbies could, or at least one of the other Bobbies could finish her off. So I think that might be a decision that you have to make if you don't get to one of your powerful ballots. Now, maybe you can go for a tramp, another 1 cost, and then singing Under the Sea here, as there is the tramp. Finally, you get to the big dog. You're going to draw a significant amount of cards. That's draw 4, discard 4.
I always thought it would have been cool for this tramp card if it was a lady and the tramp card. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why didn't they do that?
We have the chip and because they're both in the art. Like it just seems like it's a dual link card. It could be both of them. Anyway, that's just always a thought I've had. Like every time I see it, I'm like, oh, it's Lady and the Tramp, but it's just a tramp card.
It's just a tramp. I think it should have been like a. I think they should do that like a team up kind of cards or
because we have Chip and Dale card, right?
Yeah,
that can shift on either Chip or Dale. I mean, this isn't a Floodborn, but still.
I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, it'll make a little bit more sense as we do have 1 Amber character. If you have another 1 cost Amber character, now you're free and clear to sing. You still have an ink opportunity. We're going to use that ink, and it's going to be that Pluto. 1 cost character. There is the Pluto. So now you have the ability to sing a high powered song, and it is the Circle of Life. We're singing. Come on now. And this deck is popping off. And we bring back the Stitch, drawing 2 more cards. So powerful turn being deployed by
notably
Amadeus.
Though not removing the Nala on this turn or even knocking it down the lore total on it. So we're going to be able to have a mighty quest for 8. We are 1 off of game here.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was so lit by the turn. I thought that we had a little something happening there, but I guess I was incorrect. And then if you get a Pete next turn, you're probably just going to secure a victory here. As Sisu has to be feeling quite comfortable knowing that Nala is going to be around. Looking at these Bobbies and Maruskis who can't do anything. They can go after the dock. Yeah, we can take down the dock and take 1 damage each, but that doesn't feel very good. You will save 1 lore.
Yeah, and we know that Sisu does have a dock in hand. Comes down, had the triple dock, so let's see if we can get another character onto the board. A Mowgli here would be nice to potentially get an Under the Sea out of hand.
Very good. And there it is. Oh, is that it? That's him. He's coming through. Do you get it? It's going to be a this is my look at this family and another Mowgli in response.
Might be good enough. Might be good enough to just get over the finish line just barely. Unless Amadeus top decks
the card. You got to top deck something groovy here. You need a groovy one. You need to get loose and active off that top deck. Another tramp here. I take it. Another Under the Sea. I'm for sure taking it. And can you get it done? Is it a Brick Dog Supreme? You haven't conceded just yet. So it's got to be something potentially good. Maybe a little bit more card draw. Bobby Zimmerowski, Yzma, Donald, Scrooge. I don't know. Just calling off stuff now. Anything. And you're getting ridiculed in the chat. Flotsam and Jetsam were a nice little work together kind of situation. That
I'm getting ridiculed?
I don't know why they're ridiculing you and not me, but I just read, hey, Garrick needs to wake up, dude. He's missing Flotsam and Jetsam. You're getting lit up, man.
Okay. All right. I didn't mention every single team up card. I'm sorry. Just saying, lady. I'm just saying, Tramp could have been Lady in the Tramp.
That should have been a team up card. I think I concur with you. And you're probably
that person. No, I'm kidding.
Get him out of here. Who is it? Who is that? Who's that? Let's see. I can't see who it was now. I think they got banned already. I think they got banned already. I think they got banned already. Oh no, they're in. They're still in. My bad. A little bit of ridicule, man. You just got to take it, man. It happens.
I'm kidding.
But that was a great match by Sisu. He came out and did what he wanted to do. Got loose, got aggressive, quested vigorously, and then threw up the GG and passed on over to Amadeus. But now Amadeus is going to be on the play this time. I think starting how you did the first game with those good boy Plutos. You put those good dogs down, and then maybe you can go Pluto into the Huey into something dramatic soon. Get down to Mickey, sing some powerful ballads, and then you can get up out of here. I think it's still to that point where you need to get to the undersea to even ensure that you can win. It's like an under the sea or bust kind of situation. That's your experience when you played Ember Steel.
Yeah, and I mean it's not impossible to get around, but there are a lot of really powerful things that this Emerald Amber deck can do. They don't have to rely necessarily on that board wipe, especially when they're going first. We saw in game number 1, the Pluto into the Raja was like just kind of enough, right? To call the board out. And just play bigger characters that Sisu couldn't reliably quest into.
I agree. And also I liked how Sisu was able to use that Rhino shift. He prioritized it, and it kind of helped really solidify and hold down your board and gain you a ton of lore, and it never left. It came down there from turn number 1, shifted on turn number 2, and stayed for the remainder of the game. So maybe you can hold out hope that that's a nice path to victory. And a lot of people who are watching this, maybe they can learn if you're having issues dealing with this matchup. Maybe that's a nice clean way to defeat them. Shift Rhino early, settle that bad boy up, and ride him on to the finish line. And maybe Sisu can do that again. I'm not sure if it's going to be as effective on the draw, but we will find out.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't run into a triple dock situation where you have to tempo 1 on 3.
Yeah.
And then discard the other. But we are getting into the all-important game number 3 in match number 3 here, as Freedom Gaming needs to get the dub here to equalize this matchup, as Clara was able to get the dub for the Sunflower Illumineers in match number 1. He had a nice draw in match number 2. So here we go. Thank you to everybody who is watching out there. I hope you are enjoying this match as much as we are, as Amadeus is going to get us started off, inking a look at this family. And we are going to get that Pluto down just as he did in game number 1.
Pluto, good dog out here. Pluto into some shenanigans. And maybe you got to fire the cannon. You just blast this Pluto right now and just stop dealing with his nonsense. But you will decline and elect to go with the Aurora on 1. Aurora can play the Tiana, as tales as old as time. Those two princesses going back to back has been a problematic situation ever since the cards were printed. And now it's going to be on Amadeus to figure something out here on 2.
Doesn't look like we have the Raja play. We go for a Bobby again. Let's see if we are able to discard one of those large characters, as we did see. It is a Prince Philip, I believe. So that is one of the best cards you want to put in the discard pile. That means any time you could see that Malicious, Mean, and Scary come down and somebody sing Circle of Life, you're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, that's your whole board is gone. I mean, it is just so, and it feels so bad when that happens, as we are going to go for Pluto into Pluto. Pluto will be insulated by Pluto unless you can get some type of strength increasing character, or maybe a fire to cannons coming in, engaging these Plutos. I hate seeing 2 Plutos side by side, as you're now going basically into a 4 character turn next turn. I'm not sure. I think that Mickey Mouse is going to be a 4-turn character, and that's just super scary with these 2 Plutos sitting there in the tuck as well. You can bring out that Prince Philip, like you spoke on, Garrett, and this is looking pretty good for Amadeus here if you can pull that play off.
Yeah, notably Mowgli going into the Inkwell, something that could interrupt a play like that. We are going to quest with the Aurora. We'll see if the Tiana does come down on turn number 2, and she does. We did see an Ursula Deceiver go into the Inkwell, so maybe you're holding on tight to a Strength of a Raging Fire that might come in handy here with your Singer already established.
Maybe it goes Ursula still here anyway. I like to show Ursula and then just play another one as we have those good boys who are getting their ability on, paying the troll toll. It looks like it's the Tramp early. We got an early access premium pass to Tramp, and we're only going to draw 3 and discard 3 this time, but that is a very super early Tramp. All these dogs on the board. Bobby's a dog. Tramp and Lady are both dogs. Plutos are dogs. This is dog deck. .com part 2.
We do have the dogs, and they are out and barking, and that is a very, very robust Singer on the board. 7 cost character that can sing along with any one of these other characters to hit a Circle of Life. And next turn, if you got it, just play Malicious, Mean, and Scary for 3 ink. Bring back that Prince Philip. Goodbye, Amber Steel.
Goodbye, everything you got. So if I'm Sisu, I'm a bit terrified and miffed that I was not able to engage with these Pluto guard or the Pluto good boys. But at the same time, you still have that Tiana up, you still have that Aurora up. But this Tramp is just going to be so difficult for you to kind of deal with your limited steel removal that you have. Mulan is going to be a character that you can play to help look for the next hardy answer you have. But I think you might have to start running a race very early on. I know you don't want to do it, but you're going to have to start trying to leg it out or maybe build a massive board. But at the same time, you can lose this board.
Pete here is perfect. Now we're 4 wide. The odds that our characters are being removed, probably not too high. We needed to get that Mulan down to cycle a little bit. If the Tramp doesn't pay to get rid of this Aurora, let's drop 2 characters next turn and hit a Strength of Raging Fire to get that Tramp off the board and remove this powerful Singer.
Yeah, Pete. I think Pete was a slam dunk decision there. Is there a way that you can put a damage on to the Tiana through the attacks, and then no, you still can't do it. You can't get through Tiana. You just don't have the strength. Tramp is a great card, but he is notably super weak. But we got another one. You like Tramps? Well, guess what? I got another Tramp for you, and I will shake my deck up a little bit more and draw some more cards and really filter my hand. Maybe show some discipline. Kept another Mowgli on standby to wait for this Under the Sea in this situation. So Amadeus might have to keep 2 actions to play around a potential Mowgli. I love the gamesmanship. I love the decision that these players have to make.
Yeah, both players going back and forth. I have no clue what's going into the discard pile. I hope Sisu does. But yeah, we can get rid of one of the Tramps maybe if we have 2 characters plus a Strength of Raging Fire, but you're still leaving the Circle of Life as an absolute possibility, or the Under the Sea. Things are looking really scary for Sisu. You're going to need multiple pieces of removal, I think, here.
Yeah, 2 of them. I think two singers is so much significantly worse than one, because now one of them can do the Malicious, Mean, and Scary song by himself, and then the other can then hit you with the Circle of Life, Prince Philip, RKO your entire board, and then you just cannot win. If Sisu gets his board evaporated here in this spot, I think the chances of victory have just diminished so low that you're just like hoping that you get to play Pete's for the rest of the game. I don't think you can, but Aurora is going to start trying to quest. We'll bring that Mulan in for free, get our own little miniature Tramp off, as Mulan can draw 1, discard 1.
Another Pete here would be phenomenal.
You're hoping for it if you're Sisu. You're actively searching for it, because or if you have that Mowgli Mondays, maybe you can rip your fate from your hand. But this is not looking the best.
Thinking long and hard about this decision could excuse me, make or break the game here.
Garrick, with that cough meta, you got to go cough into your sleeve there. I mean, you're going to spread more germs. You're a super spreader.
Chill, bro.
And there is the Lady Nala, so you're all in, dude.
All in, big time.
Ah, man, I don't like it for Sisu. I think it's just too much momentum over there, and you needed to have the whimsical effect of Pete last forever. And Sienna's going to get a quest in. It is, but you got to force Amadeus to have it. I've noticed that before. Sometimes they just don't have it, no matter how many cards they draw or what the situation is. But you
Pete quest there,
keeping them up, maybe to potentially crack back on somebody. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
there it is.
That circle of lifetime. Goodbye, board.
We never didn't have it, and there it is. Oh man, he came down early.
I think I agree with you. I think I would have just kept the Lady Nala in the back pocket.
Yeah.
As now everything is Gonzville.
Yeah, I think he should have just held there and just because I think no matter what, Amadeus would have to just hit the Nas and do the play right then. But at least you would have some type of follow up, even though that follow up probably would not have gotten you anywhere because you're still that's 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, 7, 8 lore a turn coming your way, and you have no board. You have a dock here, and another dock, which just oh man. Oh no, not the discard dock. So you just dock block to the max. Their docks are not trained. They have no discipline. They are just stacking up on top of each other and not spreading themselves throughout the deck like they should be doing. You hate to see it.
And look, can we just sit back and count how much this board costs for Amadeus?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, for 2 ink.
Yeah, two ink has paid for 1, 2, 3. So that's 21, 22, 23 plus 9. That's 32. I can't count. Quick math.
32. Quick math.
Man. Oh my goodness. How is this not one of the best decks in this meta? I don't know. How is this not one of the best things, man? This deck is insane. Holy moly. As we got another tramp doing its thing. And you could just quest all these glimmers right now, just get them moving, and that is just gonna, and we're just gonna sing again, just for the vibe. It looks like
insult to injury here, as we're gonna draw 2 off of the Surfer Stitch. I was playing Circle of Life last set.
One of those tramps should be drying, right? Am I mistaken? I think he just played another tramp this turn. I want to say I could be mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Yeah, so one of those tramps should be drying right now. So we'll have to add 2 more lore and ready one of those bad boys because he played a tramp this turn. I don't know if we want to get down there with the judges and say something to him. I don't have comms with him right now, but I don't know how much it matters. I think he played a tramp. I might be mistaken because he had 2 tramps and he did the malicious, mean, and scary combo last, and then with the Prince Philip, and then this turn he came back in and played another tramp.
He did play tramp this turn.
Yeah, so it should be one of those should be standing up and drying, and it was not able to sing, but he still had another tramp. Again, honestly, I don't think that Sisu has cards to matter, and we're just gonna get up out of there.
Does not matter, but yeah, shout out Circle of Life. It's a real thing for sure. Let's head on over to the interview booth and talk with the players.
Yeah, the Mowgli. If I saw that Mowgli the turn before, I think I might have been able to break it up a little bit.
Yo.
Hello.
Gentlemen, can you guys hear me? Greetings. We are coming in live and direct, man. Great match. Well played. Amadeus comes through and gets the dub over Sisu and the Freedom Gaming crew. I thought the match was really fun to watch. I really, really enjoyed both of these decks. I really like Amadeus's deck. So really quickly, Amadeus, congratulations on your victory. But I like to ask people when I see them in ICL, what made you bring this deck, and just tell me about your deck. Any highlighting information. I know Gabe Golfer, your teammate, played this deck at the Inc. At the Sharp Gaming event this weekend. It was popping off all day. Is that some of your inspiration, and what do you like about this deck?
Yeah, so first off, credit to Mad Jax. I believe he's the creator of the deck. But Gabe saw it. I told him I wanted to play Amber Emerald for the 10K. We traveled down there together, and he was like, I think we're weak to Amber Steel. People will probably still be playing it, so we added a couple Mowglis, which we've since upped because the card is just broken. Still play Under the Sea. It can catch Blue Steel early off guard if they go like Hook, Tipo, Cindy, into a Neymari with no cards in the discard. So you just get insane value. What I like the Pluto into Raja and the Big Mickey line that can be hard to deal with. I mean, the deck just has so many lines. It's a lot like the original Amber Emerald from Fabled, where one ink decision, one discard decision the wrong way, and you can just lose on the spot. But we worked on it a lot. I think we play tested for like 9 hours before the 10K, just straight. And it picked up one loss due to bad variance. We both took it. I'm glad I took all the bad variants. Gabe played amazing out of his mind. I think he took 3rd or 4th with it. People were very hype. It was a fan favorite. And so I had to play it on ICL and carry on the legend. I'm glad it, did the thing. So
absolutely, and the deck is, like you said, it's super powerful. And Garrick mentioned that, and I'll bring him in here in a moment. But he's like, it plays on a multitude of different levels. It's not a straight up thing. You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to sing. The Mickey Mouse card is. I like that card a lot. I think he's a very phenomenal addition to the deck. So I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see more things happen with this Under the Sea strat. But Garrett, any questions you have for from Amadeus here in his deck building and his theory crafting and his ideas? I know you're a bit sick and under the weather.
No, I just wanted to say very, very well played. It was interesting to see what was going on, and like you mentioned, the all the different lines that you have to go through. I feel for Sisu, like you have to play around 50 different things that can happen. Whereas like most of the other decks are very linear. They're playing something on 1, 2, 3. You know what they're gonna do. You have no clue what's gonna happen when you're playing against this kind of deck. So when you're piloting something like this, in the last game, we saw you only ink twice, and you had 32 ink worth of characters on the board at one point. Just throwing that out there.
I think I just stopped inking because the judge told me to keep track of my ink, and I just couldn't do it. So I was like, I'm just going to stop here. Here.
So just talk us through all of... I guess not all those decisions, but what are some things you're trying to do early on in most matches?
Yeah, so definitely playing against Sisu here. One of the I got to play around Mowgli because I want to hold my songs, and there's normally a gap turn after I play Tramp. We were talking about it right after the match where he was like, "Man, I drew the Mowgli 1 turn late after you tramped. Otherwise, I think I would have had you there." He had to ink it to double dock, try and start a dock chain. And so that was just super unfortunate. So to add to the point, there are so many different lines that you have to watch out for. In a sense, it can make the deck fragile, but playing it over and over again, I think as long as you get some good reps on it and you know what lines you're looking for, I definitely think it might make its spot as one of the meta decks. So there is a lot to do though. I mean, you just, as Cece said, you want to see all the Plutos. And I didn't get to showcase Huey, but Huey is amazing too. You're ramping in yellow, green. I mean, it feels great.
Yeah, I agree with you, Amadeus. I think when the smoke clears and the meta is still in this really weird spot, because everything is kind of resolving and everybody is trying to figure out what's working and still testing some stuff. And I love it. It still seems super wide open. But when the smoke clears, I think a strategy like this is going to have a place very, very high up as one of the more powerful strategies that you can play. But we're going to kick it over to Sisu here really quick, who has disappointed me yet again, showing up with not an emerald and not a steel card. You hate to see it. I thought he'd be in the lab absolutely cooking, doing something to get some other strat back into the game, but he's going to lean on Amber Steel aggro.
There it is. I was gonna say
it's coming. It's
coming.
So
is
honestly,
it time? Is it happening? I figured you'd be cooking something with it.
It's unfortunate because my match from last week was probably some of the best Lorcana I ever played, and I did play Emerald Steel, and I absolutely crushed against dogs in the old meta, the dead meta, unfortunately. But honestly, I played this because this is the easiest thing I could build with the lack of cards. Unfortunately, I'm getting all my main singles on Saturday. So I was like, and honestly, I don't even own all the Mowglis. I had to text one of my buddies. I'm like, hey, can I run to your house and pick up a Mowgli real quick, please? Shout out to Dan for letting me use his Mowglis. I know, but I do think this deck is still strong. At the end of the day, it's a very strong deck. I was playtesting against Emerald Sapphire earlier today, on the draw, specifically because I was kind of hoping to snipe Bro Hamilton, honestly.
Yeah, we can't anchor him every time.
Yep. I was testing a lot against that on the draw, and I was figuring out some lines, figuring out just stuff to play, like you were saying, Mowgli is an absolutely insane card, great addition, as well as Hurl the Thunderbolts. Again, it's not like a 4 of instantly with this with this current build, like with more of like the aggro build. But again, it's just a fun deck to play. Like this is a deck that I would consider playing at a tournament. But again, mainly for today, just because it was the ease of the cards that I had. It was the easiest thing to build.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. Take us back to that. I believe that was game number 2. Or game number 1 or game number 2. I can't remember which one it was, but no, it was a game you won actually, where you had a very critical decision to make. Your deck was just breaking on you. You had a ton of docs. You had that Tiana. You kind of froze yourself at 2 ink, and then you went and you kept that strength. And instead of going strength, play Tiana. What was the decision making there? It worked out for you great, and I just want to see what were you thinking when you did that? Just risk versus reward, or were you just trying to gamble and hope your deck bailed you out and it failed you?
I was kind of just well, so I kept 4 inkables in my mulligan, and then I drew 3 all in inkables, and my next 3 draws I think were in inkables. It was like my hand was like Doc Tiana cannons, and then I think I drew like Doc Nala second Tiana or something like that. Those are like my first 6 draws in that game. I'm like, well, cool, awesome. You played 20 you played 20 in inkles, but I guess like this does happen sometimes. But that Rhino was an absolute superstar, like, and then especially into this matchup, like outside of like he needs to get like Surfer Stitch, Clarabelle, Philip, and then I guess Raja, which was something that I knew about from game 1. So like those are like his only really outs to deal with Rhino early. So like Rhino was just a superstar, but then I kind of just was just like, you know what, let me just keep trying to play threats, and eventually like I'll draw out of this eventually, which unfortunately was a second strength. That I did have to ink, and I was like, all right, I can't stay at 2 anymore. Like I have to do something. I think my hand was like strength Doc Tiana, and I was like, all right, so we'll do strength Tiana, play the docs. He moglied me and got rid of my cannons, because there was a weird turn where I could have done like ink strength, play, or I could have done something along the lines of like ink strength, play the cannons, sing strength, or something. There was like weird, I could have like taken care of like some of the bobbies, but I was kind of just like, let me just keep like trying to build the board and like force him to kind of like not overextend, because at the end of the day, like he has to answer my board. Like he can go as wide as he wants, but at the end of the day, like I'm questing for 5-7 a turn at some point. So I was kind of just trying to like force him almost to like keep using all of his ink for not necessarily for unoptimal stuff, but just not like game 2 you didn't see any tramps really, so like that kind of hurt. Whereas game 3 you saw 3 tramps, and I was like, all right, cool. That hand is perfectly sculpted to deal with everything.
Okay. I just thought I'd ask, man, because I like to hear those kind of decisions, because I know a lot of people watch this, and I personally, when I get in those kind of crises, I like to just kind of do the rudimentary thing instead of just doing what I think is. I like to just, instead of putting a thought behind it. So I enjoyed what you had to say about it. But Garrick, any questions you have for Sisu, man? I'm sorry, I keep hogging all these interviews, man.
My voice is tapped out, bro. It's all you.
But, my bad. My bad.
Very well played by both players. Appreciate it.
Seriously, it was a pretty good game. I enjoyed seeing these matchups, and there's a lot of critical information from both of you. Again, seeing that Pluto go into a tramp, I didn't see it coming, and it just turned into a whole mess, dude. And I'm like, oh man. So that again, it's all about information in, information out, and thank you guys again for coming through and playing. I thought you both did incredibly well. But Sunflower Illumineers, you guys got it done. I think we picked against you, and we all got burned in the end. Myself, Freedom Gaming, you guys let me down, but well played to both of you gentlemen. It's still a lot of fun. But as we start to wrap this show, Sisu, we'll throw it over to you first. Any special shout outs that you want to give, or anything you want to say? The floor is yours.
Of course, shout outs to my team, everyone. We almost, it was tight matchups all around in all 3 games too. Actually, the only one that wasn't a mirror felt nice to play like that. So like I said, shout out to my team, of course, Freedom Gaming, everyone, Michael, Joey, Brian. Hopefully, Brian, we can get him back on here in a couple, or hopefully soon. And obviously, our subs who have been able to fill in here and there. Shout outs, of course, to the judges, to the ICL, everyone. Without y'all, we couldn't be doing this. And like always, shout outs to my wife and my daughter. Like I said, they're not going to see this, but shout outs to them regardless.
You never know, man. You never know. These kids in their TikTok, dude. They might be streaming this on TikTok as well, and they got you out here streaming the matchup. But we'll kick it over to our winner, Amadeus, holding it down, just locking it up, securing victory for your team in this very tight spot. Any shout outs you want to give? The floor is now yours.
Shout out to Sisu, man. He was a great opponent. That was a great match. I had a blast. I wasn't sure there, but we got it done. Shout out to Sunflower, my fiance Gabe, for teaching me how to play the deck for 9 hours, just over and over and over again, beating it in. And shout out to ICL, the judges, Kevin, As much as he gives me crap, he's a decent guy. He's a decent guy, no matter what they say about him.
No, yeah, he's all right. I like Kevin. He's all right. He's pretty decent. He's pretty decent. But gentlemen,
shout out to the casters too, guys. Thank you. Appreciate
much love. We don't need it, but we do this for you guys, man. And thank you guys for sacrificing your time and putting up with us and being a part of this league. We want to make sure this thing stays great, and we can't be great without y'all as well. So shout out to all the organizations, Sunflower Illumineers, Freedom Gaming. It's over for you now, Freedom Gaming, but you can come back next week. And Sunflowers, I'm glad you guys are doing well.
We still got some fighting us. Don't worry.
Let's go. Don't give up. Finish the drill. But gentlemen, I'll let you guys go so you have a wonderful evening. Again, thank you so much for your participation. Until next time.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
I'm cooking. I'm back. But yeah, man. What a great match. That was a good one. And 201, taking it down. That's a very important win because they could have went splitsies there and went 1-1-1, and that would have probably knocked them down a bit more in the ranking. So that was a great victory to come through for the Sunflower Illumineers, as we are almost at that critical halfway point of the ICL. So if you guys are following the story, make sure you follow your best teams and give them the support that they need. But Garrett, with the little bit of voice that you have left, man, I want to thank you for sacrificing your time and really putting your body on the limit, dude, pushing yourself to the limit to support the ICL. But can you say anything or any goodbye? Can you wave in a friendly nod before we start to sign this thing off?
Thanks, everyone.
Fight, dude. That's good. That's it. No, you're good. You're good. That's enough. That's enough, G Money. But hey, we're about to start to wrap this thing up. I think we got a raid coming in, but we want to thank you guys all for being here. ICL on a Wednesday is going to be concluding now. We'll be back at it again. ICL on a Tuesday next week. Luke, do we know who's going to be playing next Tuesday? Slab Shark versus SLTC is going to be on the ICL. That's going to be a don't miss, don't touch that dial. That's going to be an undefeated, like the two undefeated squads lined up. Two go in, one come out. I'm going to make sure I'm there for all 3 rounds of that one. I'm going to be locked in. Seat back is going to be up in the ready to go position for next week. And on Wednesday, there's going to be another high profile, high impact match coming your guys' way. So keep it locked. Don't touch that dial. The ICL is here to stay. Until then, we're about to wrap this show up for tonight. So thank you all for being here. Shout out to the staff. Shout out to the judges. Shout out to Luke. If you haven't followed the program, please make sure you follow the program. If you got a sub hanging around, please toss it into the bucket, as every bit helps the ICL maintain its greatness. So thank you guys all for being here. Until next time, ICL is out. Yes. Great timing. Look at that. Timing is everything.